Hey, yo, what up, people? D.C. Mitchell, what up? I'm just here playing around. I updated the stream yards. I'm trying to see what I get on the basic version.
What's up, Money? Hey, Money. Can you hear me?
Oh, my bad. I'm talking to myself on mute.
It's all right. What's going on, boss?
Chilling out. I just updated the stream yards. I was trying to see what I get for the basic version.
What do you get?
Right now, I think I only get to put different backgrounds. It says a different logo and overlays. I don't know what
Okay.
any of that is.
Okay.
I could get rid of the StreamYard logo. Okay, so I can have a logo in like the top corner, and
There you go. I see it.
I guess like the thing TPP has, the overlay, the door. So I got the door.
Gotcha.
Let's see. What else? Oh, background. Like the background.
There you go.
That's kind of cool.
Yep. That does it for you right there.
Or I don't know what made me want to update it. So let me try this. Let me see. Let me see what happens.
How much does it cost you? What does it cost?
Normally they got a $25 version and a $50 version. I don't know why it says save up to 53%. $9. And the professional version was 19. So I just did the basic one for 9.
Gotcha.
I don't know why it came out so cheap on my phone. I seen the sale. I said, you know what? I got to do it.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people are doing StreamYards now.
Yeah. I feel like I only do it when TPP is not up, when nobody else is live, so people could pull up. I have a spot to chill.
I hear you. You basically were watching TPP 24 hours a day when it was on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I,
me too, basically.
I
As
was
much
on it
as I
from the
could.
first episodes, but I was scared to go on the live. It took me a while before I went on.
Yeah, I had no intentions of ever going on stage. I was always going to be in the chat. But then everybody kept missing some things. It's like, all right, I got to get up there
You
and
know what? I got to come correct, yeah. I got to
gotta
come up.
come shout out my shit.
Sure.
My
I
beef
love
with the
that what Eli
FBI.
does. Bro.
I got an FBI beef. Hmm.
So I got 6 people viewing. Oh, be safe, native, salute.
Anybody down there? Yeah, they are in the chat. How about that?
Y'all can pull up, man. I can fit 10 on the screen now.
The usual suspects. Hello to everybody.
And another thing with the updated version, I can fit the full 10 people. Instead of only 6.
Yeah, that would be the real key of the upgrade, definitely.
Let's see if it
The
ever
thing is,
fills
though,
up now.
you can't have 10 people talking at once. That's like automatic confusion and chaos. That's what's weird about it, though.
I'm gonna wind up muting and kicking people.
Yeah.
Or
See, with
somebody give me a
six,
headache, I'm like, yo,
it's six. It doesn't get out of hand ever, really. That's what I think. 10, it's
yeah,
guaranteed to get a little chatty.
yeah, it will. With 10, it'll definitely get a little crazy. And then it says I could put somebody else as like a host or something. So if I be, you know how I disappear and I be lazy,
Yep.
somebody else will have the key. Let's say I give you the keys, like, yo, yeah, you can let people in and out.
Here you go. You drive for a while.
Or I gotta find somebody to throw the key to. You,
Yeah,
BC, Native, you know, I go on and I just disappear.
it's too bad we can't go and come and go from the channel without having to have somebody TPP do that. You know, it's like sign. You know, just like YouTube, you would come in and out.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
Imagine how many people would just jump in.
right, and be on all day long. You know, it's on. Just keep setting the panels up. So you got Native down there, BC.
BC, Native, pull up, man.
Hey, hey, hey.
Notice is y'all home too. And make sure nobody else is live. Look on my other phone. Once somebody else goes live, you say, I see, I can go over there.
Yeah.
I don't see nobody live right now. So keep it open for a while. Somebody in the back. You say,
There he is. What's up, BC?
you say,
Oh, just got done eating dinner, so I'm just chilling and smoking and having a beer.
chilling. Smoking a little joint.
Yep. Well, I didn't say that. I was just saying smoking, but you can infer anything you want from it.
No, I'm saying I'm smoking a joint.
Okay, I am too. Well, not a joint, but a bowl, let's say.
Oh, bowl is just as good.
It's I don't fuck around with joints anymore. That's too much work.
I used to smoke blunts. That was too much work.
Yeah.
Having to roll a cigar, a Dutch, to unwrap it and roll it. I roll up a paper.
Yeah, so no, I made some good ass burgers for me and my kids. And I mean a real burger, half pound. So I mean a real half pound burger. So that's pretty yummy.
That shit sounds good. You did it in the barbecue or like cooking in the house?
No, I did it on a frying pan with lard. I always use lard for burgers. So just like a tablespoon or two of lard, and then fry them in a cast iron pan. 5 minutes on a side, but big, thick ass, like bigger than the bun, like a real burger. And then I, at the end, I use the broiler in the oven to toast the buns, put a little butter on them, and then toast them for like 3 minutes. Oh, like a restaurant. And yeah, oh, it's fucking awesome. Awesome.
I didn't even eat yet, but I think I'm gonna have burgers now that you mentioned them.
Fuck yeah.
You buy lard in the store?
Yep. Always. I always do burgers in lard. Always. It's the best.
And what's lard? Basically all fat?
Yeah. It's like a plastic container. It's like bright white, like butter, but it's like bright white. It's just lard, and it's
Okay.
it's delicious.
Okay, I've never heard that was. What would the uses be for lard? Just cooking?
Right. Yep.
Okay.
And you can put it in your cupboard. It doesn't have to be refrigerated. It can be in there for a whole year. It doesn't matter.
Uh-huh.
And lard, yes. Don't ever use anything but lard to fry a burger.
I gotta look for that. Is it near the cooking oil in the store?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, I gotta look for that.
It'll be in like a green and white plastic container. You can buy it like by the pint or quart, or even like a gallon bucket you can even get, but I just buy Actually, here, let me take a walk and I'll show it to you. In Spanish, it's called manteca, but
Uh-huh.
people use it. Yeah. And in my hometown, there's a famous hamburger stand there that's been there for over 110 years. I'm not kidding. And
That's 3, 4 generations.
yeah, and their secret is using nothing but a flat iron grill and lard and salt and pepper. But that grill, um, I don't know, something about a cast iron grill. It's like some of the flavor I think comes off of the grill. I'm not sure. The same flat top grill is, I guess it's at least 80 years old. The one in there, it's a big ass iron flat top grill. Hang on, let me show you. Wait, let me turn my camera around. hmm So you go into the store, and that's what you look for.
Look at that.
On
Lard.
TikTok, it's in Spanish too, always. But
Cooking
yep,
lard.
yep, fantastic. And I'm getting ready. I got this airplane kite because it's really windy here right now today. It's 17 miles an hour wind. So I got this kite out, and I got it at Goodwill, and it's like a airplane, but it's 5 foot wingspan. The thing is big. It's like, I want to say 7 feet long, and the wingspan is 5 feet. It's a biplane, but it's a kite it looks like an airplane in the air. So I'm getting ready to take that sucker up in the air right now.
I want to see when you flying. I want to see how big that should look.
Yeah, do
Yeah,
you put it?
I should do that. I just got to get my kids' ass off the couch right now. They're just after those burgers. They're just like watching. One's watching TV, one's on a VR.
You got to go in
So
and pull the plug. That's the only way to get their attention. The
I
VR
Hey, did
go
know.
off,
you
the
all?
TV go off.
I'll throw this in. Did you all hear that let's call him the scumbag who killed Sonia Massey? The scumbag's police chief resigned today. He hired that guy with 2 DWIs.
That's crazy.
2 DWIs.
The shooter, the killer, had two DUIs.
Yup. How does he drive
Uh,
a police car with two
yeah,
DWIs?
yeah. After one DUI, I wasn't able to drive.
So that's just what I got off this police chief, and he resigned. So it's like, okay, that's 2 down.
Yeah. Oh, that's good news, right?
Yep. Without a fight, he just he got out of there. He knew it was coming. Let's put it that way.
I didn't watch it, but I did see on ABC some channel that covered that story. I didn't watch it because I've seen it a million times, but I was not aware that mainstream media picked up that story, and I don't know if it was on prime time or what channel this ABC channel was. I don't. Maybe it was nothing, but I was surprised to see that someone was actually covering it. Not like the Carolina Fort Worth story. No goddamn mainstream media covered that. But is that true? Does anybody know?
Well, I
That
hate to say it, nobody died. That's the way they work.
Right, but is it true that the mainstream media is covering Sonia Massey? because I don't watch primetime news, so I'd be shocked. But that's what I saw on YouTube, ABC story. I just don't know where it was from. But anybody else hear that story other than YouTube?
No, because I don't frequent those channels. But I'm trying to see if I screenshotted that thing on the police chief resigning. See where it came from.
Well, anytime I know it's on mainstream media, that makes me a little more happy. Because our little small community, A1 community, knows it. We all know it, but it's the masses that don't know it or who refuse to know it.
Yeah, I can't find it now. Too much data. Data overload.
Yeah. Shout out to Tommy V in the chat.
Tommy in the chat.
Jenny too.
Jenny's
Shout out
down
to
there?
everybody in the chat. What up?
Oh, the good Jenny. Okay.
Oh,
The other Jenny doesn't want to come up no more because I let everybody violate her. She's telling me you got to kick people. I said I ain't kicking nobody. If you can't hold yourself down, I guess you can't be here.
She's missing a couple of fries short of a Happy Meal.
Definitely.
sometimes I have enjoyed Jenny in the past. There are times, but they're less and less lately. But I think she's kind of a sadomasochist because she comes on panels knowing she's gonna get abused, and she likes it. She does. She does like it. She can take
No,
it.
you're right. She kind of likes it. Yeah.
Yeah, she can take it, and she can give it too. But I think she complains about everything, but then she enjoys it as much as anyone. Really, she does. And then I'm not putting her down for it either. I'm just saying she continuously looks for trouble. Whereas I don't. I try not to have trouble, but you know.
Yeah, if I was her, I would stay in the chat. If you like the channel, stay in the chat. Because as soon as she goes on panel, she gets beaten up.
Right.
Yeah, I followed up on what Michael Bruno said to me yesterday. Trump was going from Fort Lauderdale to Palm Beach to Montana. I guess they had a mechanical issue, so they had to put the plane down 135 miles away and then charter another plane. And they got there an hour and a half late last night. So the rally started at 11:30 Eastern time for Trump. But there it was only 8:30.
Okay.
But yeah, it turned out to be a lot of nothing. But yeah, they actually had to set her down and get another plane. I guess that made for a long day for Trump, and then they had to get home somehow. Don't know what happened there. They probably just hung out for the night, or took the plane. Who knows? Interesting.
Right. I don't know what happened to Money. If now he decided that me or you is going to be his master moderator and let us control the panel. I don't know where he went.
We're holding it down.
I gotta think about this. Let me come back to it. I got a really good joke I want to tell, but I gotta really think hard about it.
Why? It's low volume, people.
Uh, sometimes it's not about what you say, it's about what you don't say. So that's how I live. So I don't know. I'll just think about it. What you say, it's about what. What's up, Money?
There you go.
What
Ask
up?
and you shall receive.
I lost myself for a second. My phone started tweaking. I had to reset it. I was listening from the TV. I'm here though.
Were we talking about stolen valor yesterday?
There was a bunch of talk. I don't know if I was in on it, but I know all about what you're talking about.
Okay, my man Tim Walls walked it back a little today.
Did he try to fix it?
Yeah, you know, combat is combat. there's there's nothing, you know. Well, you know, combat is combat. It's not like you were there and either the bullets were flying or they weren't. So yeah, he walked it back something real fast. I thought he had a couple of issues, but like I say, I don't know. The veterans supposedly something like I said, I've been on X a lot lately. Veterans started posting their picture saying I'm not Tim Walls, and it seemed to have gone, you know, top 10. So I guess a lot of veterans got upset about how he represented himself. But like I said, I don't have the veterans' values that they do. So they did do a little cleanup today as to what we were talking about. So I guess there was an issue there. Mm-hmm.
Well, the way he talks about it, and I don't know what he did. I don't know that role, but let's say if he was
I think he said the kind of weapon I used in combat.
he said something about like if you carried like if you carried the weapons like I did in the war. That's what he said.
In combat, a weapon like yeah, exactly. And they were like, whoa, 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 slow down there, buddy.
So yeah, he definitely and clearly crossed the line. That's why he's backtracking a little bit, and that's what they were hoping that he would do. So at least he did try to fix it a little because he had to fix it a little.
Yeah, no, if you got stolen valor day one, you got to fix something. That'll take off if they got you day one on that somehow.
Listen, I have a Marine sticker on my car because I support the Marines and was raised by a Marine. So I think kind of I'm like half Marine since I technically have more Marine life than even my dad. So I have a little sticker, like 3 inches, like a little one, on my back window. But I don't claim to be a Marine. I mean, I should say son of a Marine, but it doesn't. It's just a Marine sticker. And sometimes I feel a little weird about it, but not. No one ever asked me about it, But that's what I'm saying is like, hey, it's not in the middle of my windshield or you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, no, that's it's a sticker. You can support people, but
Right.
I'll say what's in my head right now. What I heard is that he was he was in for 24 years, and he was a master sergeant, so he was the leader of his troops.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess he was in for 24 years, and then I guess when combat came, he resigned, like 9/11. So they're saying he kind of like wasn't there for his troops, or coincidentally at the right time after 24 years resigned when combat was coming up. So that's what his fellow troop members are saying. So if I was him, I would have just kept that quiet and said I wasn't
Right.
bragging about it.
Just say nothing. Right. Just say
Yeah,
nothing.
it'll ask you questions and you'll say yes, I was in for 24 years and all that, but he's a good talker, actually. He actually can talk fast and good. So maybe it just came out because he's very fast, very, very, very fast talker. Yeah, I've seen him. He's pretty good.
He's a good talker. Yes. No problem.
Yeah, he doesn't need a teleprompter to go out there and talk to people for 20, 30 minutes.
Right.
So you still got the wind, 20 miles an hour?
We had 17 earlier, and now it's at like 14. So it's still pretty good. My racing crew is on their way back from Milwaukee right now across Lake Michigan. So they got direct westerly wind. So coming home, they're making good time. But the race was yesterday to Milwaukee. So they were in the wind on Lake Michigan, just so you know, always, I mean, 99% of the time, the wind goes east across Wisconsin to Michigan to New York. So that's the way the jet stream works. So, like yesterday, the race was from Michigan to Milwaukee. So that's into the wind. So the race was into the wind, and that's the awesome part about it. Like how a sailboat can race into the wind. It's just It's fantastic. Yep.
Barbara's got her game on now. I love seeing it. Barbara's got game.
I told Barbara I've been kind of letting Barbara know about it. Oh,
Barbara's coming on the panel soon. You hear? You heard? Barbara's coming up here one day.
She should.
Yeah. Let's see. Boom. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Iran.
You're wrong, Mitchell. You're wrong.
Iran told everybody to clear the skies the other day. Something was coming, and then nothing happened.
I did hear that, but that's as much as I heard.
No, it's about it. They were, they was everybody canceled flights, and then trust me, Iran did the right thing so far. They shouldn't do anything. They should just take the hit, because there's too many American warships out there. It's bad for us and it's bad for them. But there's way too many warships out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you better expect something to happen in the next couple months. I don't know what it is, but I mean, it can't not happen. There's going to be some event to help, I think, the current administration be able to put their fist down and gain popularity. I don't know. Or maybe it'll go the other way. I don't know, but I think
you got to go back to he had the old way. He said, if you do business with Iran, you don't do business with us, with their oil. So you make their oil become poison. Anybody touches their oil, that's it. You're not doing business with us. So you make them broke. That's all. You take away their money and take away their power without bombing, without anything.
Mhm.
Just take away their source of revenue, which we had, but then Biden opened up the spigot. That's what's so funny.
Right, right. Hmm.
Because that situation in the Mid East is raging on right now, like fire.
Yep. Yeah. We don't like to talk about that too much though here. You know what I mean? Uh,
All right, let's move along.
we would no. I'm saying America doesn't want to hear that. They rather hear about some stupid shit on the news. That's what I'm saying. They don't want to. They don't want to talk about the deep roots of
All
the
right,
Middle East
but
and oil and Venezuela. No one
but
even
here,
fucking knows what they're talking about when they talk about oil and gasoline and how important Venezuela has been for decades. They don't understand that Venezuela controls like
Venezuela
three
was on
quarter,
top of the
70,
world 15
they,
years ago. They
well,
were on top of the world.
20 years ago, they controlled 75% of the fucking gasoline and oil. I'm not kidding. I don't know
I
why
know, no,
people don't
Venezuela.
know, people don't know this. Well, some people don't know this.
Venezuela was rich.
Gasoline in Venezuela 20 years ago was 15 cents per gallon. And I'm not kidding.
That country was rich. Okay. And then what happened? Was it total communism? What broke it? I'm not sure, but I know they were on top of the world.
I can't speak to it too much anymore. I used to pay attention more 25 years ago to Venezuela than I do now, but it's still important. That little tiny country of Venezuela, people think it's not important, and it really is. Still today.
You ever watch walking tours in Cuba?
No.
I watch it all the time.
Walking tours?
Yeah, guys that just walk through the towns of Cuba, places I can't go. And it's just amazing. They built these magnificent buildings and cities, and they've just stayed there in time. And yeah, guys go walking around, and people have no jobs, so they don't go anywhere. It's kind of funny, but it's also beautiful from what it was. But yeah, it's very interesting. Very interesting the way it was built for that period of time, and it just stayed there.
Mm-hmm.
And Fidel Castro outlived 9 presidents. They thought they could beat him, even though his people are poor. But yeah, I watch a lot of. I've always found it interesting. It stopped in time, Cuba, and you have those American cars, and that's about it. Streets are falling apart. There's no garbage cans. It's very interesting.
Mitchell, or Money. Hey, tell Native to get his ass up here. Why is he just
Native,
laying
get your
around?
ass up here.
Do you know, Mitchell, that Justin Trudeau, the president of Canada or prime minister, whatever the hell he is, Justin Trudeau.
She. You mean she?
Um, but do you know that he is the stepson of Fidel Castro?
Come on.
I'm not kidding you. Google it right now. I'm serious.
Wait a minute. The stepson of Fidel Castro.
No shit, dude. I'm not fucking around.
So he's direct seed. No, is he? No.
I know it sounds ridiculous, Mitchell. Just
He
Google it.
married, Fidel
Just go,
married a woman.
just Google it, so I don't have to argue about it.
No, I'm not going to argue. I'm trying to just figure it out, how that works.
Me too.
Stepson. Okay.
And I'm not saying he's directly tied, but he is. I mean, family and blood. I'm not kidding. Like these are stories that no one knows about. No one even you don't know it, Mitchell. That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, let me tell you.
I hear, from the way that he runs the country and the people aren't too happy, it would make real sense.
Right. I don't even like talking about the shit on YouTube. I'll tell you that right now. But I'm not. It's the truth. I mean, I'm not. It's not
Oh,
a
no,
conspiracy.
I believe you. You're just not going to wing that one,
No, please just look it up because I don't want to look like an idiot. I don't want to look like
Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
I don't want to look like an idiot even for mentioning it, but I'm promising you it's the truth. I could be confused. It might have been the stepson of Manuel Noriega. I don't remember, but I think it's Castro. And I could talk about the details a year ago, but I just can't remember them all right now. Nobody talks about it. Nobody cares. All right. Nobody points. Nobody connects the dots. Nobody. I like the deep shit. I like the deep shit under the deep shit. That's kind of the news I like.
Well, there's definitely a lot of controversy about Trudeau and Castro. Let's put it that way.
Well, when you search on Google, you're not necessarily, everybody depends on Google, right? Oh, I'll Google it. Oh, well, that's not, you can't just depend on your Google searches always either. I mean,
No, I know. I lost confidence in Google last month. I've
Google
caught them playing games.
Google runs the entire world and they want to show you what they want to show you. So sometimes you got to go deeper. You got to go 5 pages in your search results before you might find an accurate description. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Hey, Christine. I sure do. I used to tell people bat guana or mascara was bat guana, which is bat poop. And it used to pop up all the time. All of a sudden, it doesn't pop up anymore. And I'm like, why did they hide this fact? Little public relations, and Google moves it onto page 7. That's all.
Canada's not doing that good either. I mean, a lot of Canada does not like Justin Trudeau.
Hate him. They hate him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, but they hate him.
Well, the big cities seem to love him, but the entire country does not. It's that simple. It's that simple.
But he's very authoritative.
You got that right. And he's cocky about it. He's so cocky about it.
He took their trucks. He went into their bank accounts. That shit doesn't fly. No,
During
no,
during
no.
during COVID, he shut down the entire media with anything that had to do with him. That you were banned. Your YouTube channel was, because I know back then, 3 years ago, there was so much material out there, and it's been scrubbed. It's all gone, all of it.
Not to get political, but I heard your governor had you guys locked up tight. True or not?
In Michigan,
Yeah.
as much as anyone.
I heard Gretchen was making the news all the time. Like only 2 people could go out on a boat, which is crazy.
Right,
But
right. That's
all
all
right, so
true.
you didn't feel locked. You didn't feel overly locked up.
Oh yeah, you bet your ass I did.
Okay.
Made me
That,
fucking go mental, Mitchell. That
that's
whole
that.
shit made me go crazy. I could go to Menards to buy food or spray paint. No, no, not spray paint. Food or a tape measure or
Yeah. Okay. I remember
flowers, but
that.
you
I
could, but
remember.
you couldn't,
Yeah.
but you could not buy paint.
Right.
Oh
Right.
no,
Right.
that's
Right.
not
Right.
important. No, no, no paint. So they had caution tape all around the paint section. No, can't buy paint
Yeah.
unless you were a contractor. Then you could, because yeah, you had to paint your building. So it was so fucking dumb. Let shit. I'm gonna have to get off that panel because then you're gonna make me go fucking crazy and say shit that I don't want to say. Shit. No, Michigan was as bad as any state ever as far as those lockdowns and shit.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I
That is
kept hearing
true.
Gretchen. I'm like, wow, that lady's crazy, man. She's killing those people.
Well, she legalized weed and she does drink beer and go on the lake and go boating. That's cool about her.
Yeah. As
Uh,
long as she lets you out of your house, you're all right.
I wish we were on a true private panel because I know a classmate of hers from Grand Rapids went to high school with her, and I got shit. I got stories that I just like.
Yep.
Mm, she
Good old
was a
Gretchen.
she was a partier back in high school.
Oh,
She
good for
was
her. Good for
right,
her.
right, right. At one time, she was a real, actual partier.
You said that, so I'm not gonna be shy. I got a weird feeling that this Kamala is gonna get hit with a photograph. If you know what I mean. Got it. There's always an embarrassing photo, whatever it might be. But
Now, when you say Kamala is hot, you're talking about 30 years ago, right? Or 25 years ago. Not you don't think she's hot now, do you?
I honestly think she's attractive. Yes, I do. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not going crazy for her, but I've looked at Hillary Clinton on TV for years, and then
Okay.
here's Kamala. Yeah, okay, she's
Not bad,
attractive.
right? Not yeah, she's not ugly. I'm not saying that. I
Right?
don't
She's not J Lo, but she's Kamala. So yeah, I'm being gracious. Being nice. Kamala's hot. What can I say?
all right. I can see that. I can see that.
And
Not, but
I am still one of the older guys in the crowd, so she's younger than me.
if you put it in perspective that way, then yes, I understand. She's the most beautiful vice president ever in the world.
Oh yeah, definitely.
No doubt. But I don't like her. And last year, she came to my sister's school. My sister's a teacher, and so my sister got in there and got a nice picture together with her and sent it to me. And I still haven't talked to her since. But I mean, it doesn't impress me. It it does not impress me. So that's kind of where I stand. Like, okay, good for you. That's wonderful.
If you can catch it, you want to. The clip that's interesting is when she has comments about people saying Merry Christmas. If you Google it and find that one, that's seeing the real Kamala. She doesn't feel we should be wishing Merry Christmas with all the suffering going on. So yeah, she would kind of like
I don't even think she believes that herself. You
Well,
know what I
she was
mean?
mad while saying it, and I was like, "Ooh, she's not happy."
I bet she grew up opening presents every Christmas morning her whole life. I'll bet all my money on it that she celebrated Christmas. I'll bet you. I'll bet you. And if not her, her husband did, which means she did too. It's,
Yeah. Oh, it looks like she's having a rally in Nevada now. How about that?
Yeah, but she won't take impromptu questions from the press. No way. Did you see?
Oh, yeah, she said she's getting it set up by the end of the month. I can't even comment on that. She needs 20 days to do a press conference. But it's working for her, so.
Well, that's all they have. That's all they and I shouldn't say they, but I'm saying they got to jump behind someone. If she's the only one, they're gonna do it. It's like, okay, all right.
I mean, look at it this way. They either go with this plan or they hear a big thump.
Right.
Is bad and is worse. So take the bad, that's all. And they can ride it out. But yes, we sit there with anticipation. Come on, Kamala, let's do an hour press conference. Let's have a little fun. You hear me?
I can. I'm just brainstorming.
I think the power that she's feeling right now might come through a little too hard and heavy. Because she's an ex prosecutor, so she's got to watch that. It doesn't come out authoritatively, basically. Also,
Well, she already blew that, because if you go back in time and look at her, what she says about protesters burning shit, she says they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop, and she actually encouraged it. She did. She said it. She said it. She loves the protesters and don't stop. They're going to keep coming, and they should keep coming. I don't know. She said worse things than Trump ever did. And I don't even Mitchell, if I had a gun to my head, I'd vote for Trump over Kamala, but I'm probably not going to vote for Trump either. But if I had to, I would.
See, I see her on TV. You don't see a pretty lady? I think she's pretty. Yeah, I do.
She was pretty. She was pretty. Now she's
okay.
at the
I
tail end of that shit.
Okay, I got you there.
When you have to start wearing a pantsuit, that means your body is gone, just like Hillary did. Hillary
Yeah,
was
what that's the thing. What is
Hillary.
the pantsuit thing?
And let's not put objectify Hillary or Kamala, but we are. Hillary was very pretty in her younger years, but not really anymore. Not even for a long time.
But you always got to be in a pair of pants.
Hillary has a hell of a lot better chance of getting elected than Kamala does. I don't even want to say that, Mitchell. You know that, but she does. Hillary's 100,000 times smarter than Kamala. I'm sorry.
Hillary's plan B, man. They could always bring her in. Boom. If Kamala trips.
Yeah, but in the end, that might even be worse for what I believe is the right direction. She would even be worse than Kamala in that regard. You know what I'm saying? Because Hillary would have way more power and influence. Way.
Yeah, and from what I'm seeing on the TV, though, someone's going to have to get in. The war is getting out of control in Israel. And someone's going to have to talk straight about that. Seriously.
Even if she was crooked, when Hillary spoke, she knows what the fuck she's talking about.
Yeah, no, and she flew around the world getting checks. She knows the deal. Mm-hmm.
I do have that respect for Hillary, but I don't have that respect for Kamala. I don't give a shit what anyone tells me. I wonder if Gina is listening, because Gina's gonna be hating on me right now. And Gina's like one of the smartest women I ever met, but I just don't agree with her on just a few things. You know, it's just a few things. I like to make that clear because Gina can be my Gina can be. I would choose Gina as my partner in most of the world situations. I'd want Gina by my side, but not always. You know. So I'm just saying, if Gina's listening, I do love her. I just don't like her politics sometimes. It's not that I'm saying it's bad, or you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, Mitchell.
Oh yeah.
We're not never going to.
I mean, I'm waiting for everyone to be honest and agree that 3 to 4 months ago, everybody was like, oh, Kamala's the worst thing for the ticket. But okay, now that they got rid of Biden, they're all supercharged. It's like, you know, are we reading? Well, hello, were we there 4 months ago? Kamala did nothing for 3 years. Hello.
Yeah, they were backing Biden up till 3 weeks ago. They were backing Biden. It didn't matter what happened.
You know, can we hit the rewind button for fun and hit play and just see what you guys were saying 3 Sundays ago, 12 Sundays ago on the morning news? Biden is doing great. He's strong. Everything's great. It's like that's right.
And that begs the question: did Kamala cover up for Biden's mental state for the last 2 years, or maybe
I bet she doesn't get it. I bet she does not get asked that question.
She won't get asked.
That will not cross her bow. That question. Because I watched the White House press briefings, and they're ridiculous. Okay, every day she says the president is doing great. He's running circles around people. It's like, come on, man. It's not happening. And then now all of a sudden he just felt the need to get out. So okay, and we got Kamala. Well, let's see what happens.
You know what, Mitchell? I think Jean Pierre is hot, even though
Who's
she's
that?
like the press secretary, Jean
Oh
Pierre.
yeah, she's cute in her way. Yeah.
So, if you want to
But
objectify
she
someone,
plays
yeah, I think she's beautiful.
she
I'd like to
plays for
see
the
her in
other
a.
team.
I would like to see her in a bikini.
She
Yeah,
plays for the other team.
I know.
Okay. I don't want to get you too excited. Or you can get extra excited visualing her with another woman.
Hey, I'm a team player, man. What can I say? I'm. It's okay.
What's she?
But she's
KJP?
not.
That's her name. Yeah, KJP.
She's a. She's well, soccer, I guess. What was the last
Chris,
one's name? The redhead.
Chris
What was her name?
Cameron's hanging out low. That's interesting. Chris going low profile in the chat. What'd you say, B-Sec?
What was the last press secretary? The redhead.
Okay.
I'm glad I can't remember because it's finally out of my mind. But you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Now she's on CNN.
MSNBC or CNN? Yeah,
Oh,
one of the
yeah,
two.
yeah, and MSNBC. But damn, now. But she was a good
Liar.
press secretary. Like if I wanted a press secretary, it would be her.
Yeah,
It
she
would.
bounced around pretty good up there. She sure did. Yeah, I forget her name too. I can't pull it up.
Don't do it. It's good that it's out of your mind too. Just don't do it. Chris Cab, I am a team player, man. I am. In fact,
Oh, Chris is throwing fire.
no, I hope not, because I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind Chris. I try to look at both sides. I do. It's not a matter of I'm stupid because I don't want to support Kamala. That doesn't mean I'm stupid. It does not, and doesn't mean 80 other million people are stupid either. That's ridiculous to say.
You heard?
That I'm stupid because I don't agree with someone. That's not the way it's supposed to work. I can sit there and I'm not going to vote for Trump. I believe I'm an independent, so maybe I will, maybe I won't, but I would rather vote for neither. But at least I will vote for someone. Maybe I'll vote independent and waste my vote, but whatever, I'll vote the way I want. But it doesn't mean, like, for example, even if I like Trump, I'm willing to say what an idiot he is about some things. Some people who love Kamala, they won't admit to anything she does wrong or her stupid cackle and her inability to formulate a really smart answer to anything. You know, tell me what Kamala did right, but then also help me make fun of her a little bit. You know, let's make fun. I'll make fun of Trump all day. But then I'll say what I do like about Trump, which isn't that much, but there is a lot that I do like about him. It's just my single opinion, which is meaningless. But
Did you hear RFK dumped a bear in Central Park, a dead bear? He had it in his car.
I did not hear that. RFK is very interesting to me.
I think it was roadkill, and he picked it up. But aren't bears the most disgusting smelling animals there are? How could you have one in your car? It's a true story, by the way, if you Google it.
But he had nowhere to dump it than Central
Well,
Park.
he was going to keep it. He keeps a lot of roadkill for his falcons for meat. And then he got caught. The time got away from him. And what do I do with this bear? Well, I mean, I'm just going to dump it in Central Park. Yeah.
He
But I'm
did,
like,
or he had someone do it, or what?
no, it's going down as he did, but it's like I thought it was fake at first. I'm like, come on, you can't put a bear in your car. That thing stinks.
Like maybe he got drunk one night and did it, or what do you mean? I don't get it.
It's a true story because I saw the cops in Central Park on video, and I saw him tell the story out of his own mouth. But yeah, I'm like, wow, he really had a bear in his car, a dead one, and they smell. But I guess if you want the roadkill for your animals, it's worth it. Yeah, no, that's what came out on RFK the other day. True. It was weird, interesting, and weird at the same time.
Now, if RFK was sitting around with his buddies one night and got fucking drunk and like I don't know what to do with this bear and got drunk and got in his car himself and drove around and dumped that bear, I might vote for him. But that, yeah, I have to look into that story.
Have fun with it. It's there. Have fun with it.
I actually like that dude a little bit. So
No, he seems all right.
he's not a dummy.
No.
He's an environmental attorney, so I guess you what always rings a bell in my mind with RFK is like his thoughts on Astravine. Is that what it is?
I don't know. I don't know.
Atrovine, the chemical used in plastics that's really dangerous and
Well, doesn't Palestine still need to get cleaned up? New York, Palestine, Ohio, where the train dumped chemicals.
right. I haven't followed that story in a while.
Yeah, I think that's still an issue. I think the ground there is still saturated.
Yeah, because they dug out some of it and they filled a bunch in like within 2 days to get the railroad going, but they left the real damage, which, well,
he could put RFK on that, and RFK could take care of that situation, right? That would be up his alley.
He would be on it. Yeah. Make sure they did it right. If it took an extra 2 weeks to fix that ground, he would have made sure that they did it, not just dump over it and just to get that railroad going within 3 days. That's all they did. They cleaned it up nice, and then 2 weeks later, Pete Buttigieg goes there to take a picture, and it's too late to really fix it now. It all looks good. We're all good. Yep.
Right, but if they take a test and the test is positive, they can't hide it no more. It's still there, and they got to clean it up.
Yeah. No one's going to test that ground. That's federal property. You can't even really go near it. Technically, legally, you can't even test it.
Except if the water runs through it and it runs to other places with it.
Right.
Then it's still a big issue.
That depends on who's running the DNR there. That depends on who's pursuing it or not pursuing it. Because that DNR, they got more power than anyone.
It'd be really weird though to be like, oh, those are Trump voters. Fuck them. Don't clean it. It's like, come on, man, clean that crap up. It's oil. You got chemicals in the ground. Clean it up. People live there. They're people. They don't have dots on their foreheads, D's and R's. They're people.
Right. Yeah, I'm not an expert on how oil affects the groundwater. I wish I could speak to that. I don't know, but I think it's not good, even if there's a little. That railroad crash, I know they didn't excavate all of that soil. That's all I know.
Right.
They didn't. They just.
If they didn't want to show up there and say hello, there's no way they did a good job cleaning it up.
And that story's getting. That story's getting old too. I guess we're.
Oh yeah, the media dropped it.
They dropped it, but people are still working on it. We just don't hear about it.
I hope they are working on it for the people's sake. Innocent people. You can't walk up to the water with a stick and then it has that like oily solution come to the top in a puddle. That's no good. We'll have to ask President Harris her opinion on that.
Yeah.
Yes'm.
Hmm.
All right. So did you see the move that JD pulled walking up to Kamala's plane?
No, I
you
didn't.
Oh, it was ridiculous.
Well, they're calling him a stalker lately because he follows her around the country, apparently, but I don't believe that either. Well, he
no,
did one.
They do. They literally all hit the same towns the same day. And yeah,
Right.
he follows her around.
I would.
Exactly. He beats her up. That's his job. He's the bad guy. So yeah, their planes are on the same tarmac. It is a hoot. It really is.
Mitchell, I hope you saw the video from 10 days ago where Biden was on the airport and said hello and then turned around and walked on somebody's private plane. Did you? I hope the fuck you saw that.
I saw him scoot away, yeah. He just turned and ran into the plane.
he walked up onto someone's private plane and he thought it was Air Force One.
Are you sure about that part? I gotta look that up then somehow.
No one knows. He was not offered or asked or told to go up on this private plane. It just happened to be behind him. And so then he went up on there and everyone's looking like, what the fuck is going on? So they called the Secret Service. And so Secret Service rushed in with the beast and
Grabbed him.
grabbed him. And then they said, oh no, he just went up there to say hello to the
right.
pilot
He was
of
gonna say
this
hi to his friends. Exactly.
of this strange pilot that he didn't know where he was. No, I don't know why people haven't seen this and don't understand how bad Biden is. He walked onto someone's private airplane that he was not supposed to be on.
90 days short, they fell. They almost had it. They fell 90 days short.
Of what?
This whole plan. I mean, the jobs data, the economy's great, Biden's fine. It all fell apart with about 100 days to go till November 4th. They got the terrible economy numbers that rocked the stock market. So people are talking about a recession or a depression. That is not good. Not good at all when you're going into voting, recession, depression. So, and then he can't really walk and talk anymore. So it just, they almost had it 100 more days, but the dirt fell out the other day, especially on the economy. It's not as good as they've been telling us. And that's what everybody's voting on, the economy.
Well, Kamala's
not really. But yeah.
Kamala might win just because she is the Democratic Party. It doesn't matter who's in there. I'd rather vote for Pee Wee Herman, and I would vote for Pee Wee Herman. But if Pee Wee Herman was the Democratic nominee, they would vote the same way.
I agree with you till you go to the grocery store, and then it's bullshit. This has got to stop. And nobody can go home with a bag of groceries anymore without it costing $120.
Yeah, you go to the grocery store and you spend $70 and it's just 3 bags of groceries. It's not like you got a whole trunk full of food.
That's the real everyday issue.
Yeah, well, no one's really talking about that, are they, though?
Well, everybody knows it.
Right. But that's not on the plate right now, talking about the real fucking shit that's going on.
Well, we've been talking about gas prices for a whole year. It's not hidden. Everyone knows gas prices went up 50%.
What do you got going on in Florida for gas? I got $3.52 right now, and 2 weeks ago it was at $4 again.
$3 1/4, $3.40 for regular, and it used to be $2 to $2.20.
And it should be $1.80 or $2.
It's fun if you watch auditors' videos and you look at the gas stations in the background, you can tell when they're from.
Yeah, right.
Okay, look at that gas price. Okay, that's from 4 years ago or now. But yeah, if let's say like Jack was on the line the other night, he's a trucker. It's either my bills go down $500 a week or they don't. Straight up, no one's got to tell him. My daughter makes $1,000 a week in tips if she's working. Okay, straight up tips. That could be taxed at 30% or nothing.
That's more than I'm making a week anyway. Sometimes.
No, she's the. I can't afford to eat at the restaurant she works at. It's so pricey. It's like I really couldn't, can't afford. I say you got to make $250,000 a year to go eat here, basically, with the prices. So a lot of people are generous to female servers. Okay, so I hear she gets great tips, but yeah, then it becomes taxable or not. What are you going to do? Are you going to give the government $300 that you don't have to? Bullshit. So that, and then the people on Social Security now won't get taxed. Everybody says, "Oh, that's all bullshit," but it's your vote. You take the chance or don't take the chance. But yeah, no tax on tips is huge, especially since most tips are moving over electronically now because no one carries cash.
Right, right.
The luxury of using your iPhone to pay for everything keeps and Venmo keeps everything on the record, which isn't cool. You want cash. You want cash. You want cash. If you're in a restaurant, do you want your $50 in cash or on the credit card? No, credit card, I got to pay taxes. Give it to me in cash. So yeah, that's a big one. I like to see someone say, "Yeah, I don't care. I'm not going to vote that way," when I make a huge part of my living on tips.
Which those people add up to a lot. Like that means anytime, you know, some people say, well, okay, it's not important. We're talking about a small segment of the population, but it's not because anytime you want to go out to eat, I don't care if it's where it is across the street at your local neighborhood bar or restaurant
Yeah,
or
it's a
whatever,
fortune.
it's everywhere. That's when you talk about if if and when you can afford to take your family out to eat, which even McDonald's is getting out of hand. You just can't even eat there for $30. I mean, for for three people, Uh, but if
Right.
you want to go to a restaurant, like
Bring water, man. Don't get a soda. It'll kill you on the sodas, man. Hmm.
we should all be able to go out to a restaurant. And number one, the restaurant business is getting hurt so bad lately. Just like I don't know. In Michigan, I live in like this perfect microcosm of the world, and I've seen so many restaurants shut down, little small Chinese restaurants or little pizza shops. There, I can show you 20 of them that are closed down in the last 3 years, and now they are all marijuana and drug vape, or the smoke shops. Now all of them, they everyone got put out of business, and now the medicinal doesn't matter. There's weed shops every fucking place in Michigan. Every street corner there's one. Hundreds and hundreds. So what's more important? A nice family little restaurant or another goddamn weed shop? It's ridiculous.
I live right in the middle of positive zoning for weed shops, so they're all around me.
Yeah, there's one across the street from me. I know. I don't never been there. Don't care. I grow my own. Fuck them.
Well, my daughter has a medicinal, so it's like, okay, why don't you run next door and grab something?
Yeah, right. You can.
It's that easy. Go next door and grab something. Or they're having a sale 5 blocks away. Go hit them up today. Competition still good for the buyer. Oh, you want to hear something good?
For sure, I do.
All right, so this is coming from Fox News, so everybody that wants to poo-poo it can. But they got Tulsi Gabbard on the terror watch list. She
Oh,
gets screened heavily when she flies, and they're putting sky marshals on her flights too, heavily.
uh-huh.
Now you remember she bitch slapped Kamala a couple of years ago, something bad.
Yeah, yeah. I love
So
Tulsi,
so
by the way.
so
I
so
love.
well so do I. But as of 2 weeks ago, think about that. As of 2 weeks ago, Tulsi Gabbard goes on the terror watch list when Kamala Harris. How about that?
Yeah. If anyone has dirt on Kamala, it's Tulsi, right? So, yeah, she's going to
Well,
be.
she talked her down in the commercial and made dirt out of her in 2 minutes. So she's on the terror watch list. You got to watch her say it out of her mouth that they're hassling her and harassing her. The government, here we go again with the fucking government doing the bidding personally for people who get pissed off.
You want to talk about a strong, powerful, beautiful woman? It's Tulsi,
Oh, don't get me
right?
started. You don't get me started.
Well, she
I'll reveal too much if I start talking about Tulsi. I like her.
she's
She's
pretty
smart.
serious. She's a serious woman. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, she would even show up the president. That's why she can't get picked. She's too smart.
Yep.
But she's on the terror watch list.
Oh, that
She's on
doesn't
the
surprise me.
scumbag list. You believe this? That she's on the scumbag list, and the government is going along with this. Unbelievable. It makes them
You're
look stupid because no one's going to think this is an accident. Because, come on, they're taking a swing at her now. Joe's out of the way. I want to get Tulsi. I want to get that bitch for what she did to me. Yup. Let him ask that question. Tulsi's on the terror watch list. Any comment on that? It's your administration that has her on it. You got to be responsible. You got me?
Tulsi knows what she's fucking talking about. Period.
Well, they just made her come out and go on blast too, which isn't smart. So now Tulsi's going on the TV station saying that idiot put me on watch list. Huh?
Right.
Come on. That's what you're worried about, Tulsi? Okay.
Now Tulsi is beautiful. Not that, whatever. If you want to just talk about people, I think she's fucking beautiful.
I know. She actually said she gets 3 to 5 sky marshals on a plane with her. It's ridiculous. What do you think's going to happen up there? But no, Tulsi is number one. She can
Alexandria
handle.
Ocasio-Cortez, I think, is about the brain level of Kamala,
Hey,
but she's
she,
beautiful. She's like one of the most beautiful women I ever saw in my life.
and what, she can fly an F-15? Holy shit! And she can fly an
she can make
F-15
her.
to boot.
She knows how to make drinks. She's a bartender. That's about what she can really be a professional at.
Well, yeah, you're right. She's a socializing bartender.
Mm-hmm. Just put in a really powerful position without really having years of expertise to be behind it. It's just simple. Just I hope
but
she.
she hustled her way to get there, so she gets credit. She didn't know anything, but she still hustled her way in there. Yeah. But the pack, they lost a couple of people. They lost Jamal Bowman, and they lost Corey
Yeah,
Bush.
yeah.
Boom, boom.
I used to like Corey Bush for a little moment. I did. I actually did. But
She was big on personal security. The $70,000 for her. Yep. Very important. Yes, 88 days more of fun. And then more fun after that. Trump has, he's going to do an interview with Elon Musk. And like I said, they're friends now.
Monday, right?
Yeah. And Musk has his account sitting there with 83 million people active but inactive, and he's not using it. So he can pick up 83 million people again just by saying hello. Same people, but they're there on X right now, just like they were on Twitter when he used to tweet every day in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So yeah, he might just say hi to all the 83 million people again. Hello. Just for the heck of it, since they're kind of like friends now. Must be, I heard they had breakfast and shit at a friend's house, but it must be interesting to talk to a genius. A guy who starts talking about vacuum tunnels for cars going cross country in an hour. You're like, what?
Right.
This guy's crazy, man. And he's drawing pictures of, imagine a rocket ship doing this. And you're like, really? But yep, that's our guy. Satellites. I mean, that's just crazy. Like, I don't know what he does with his own satellite, but he gives out free internet. What's Chris say I'm lying about? This is good. Chris, what am I lying about? The message was for me. I gotta hear. Come on up, Chris. Water's warm. Ta-da. With Christine. Christine's not in the Trump cult. Of course she's not.
Chris says, Bisay, drop the link. What link should I drop? Even if I knew how to do it, what link should I drop? I'm not sure. And Chris Cab, understand me. I love you, brother. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I like your opinion as much as I don't. Let's not confuse stuff, you know. We gotta all stick together in this little community here. So not my objective to just neither me or you, Mitchell, or anybody on here is going to change the course of history. That's not why we're. That's not why
and
we're.
Nobody's trying to either.
We're not. That's not why we're here today. You know what I mean?
I'm just killing a couple of hours with friends, man.
Right. Right.
Okay. It's like, come on over for a barbecue tonight. You say barbecue or cookout?
I would say grill out. Hey, we're gonna grill out tonight.
I say barbecue.
I've never said that once in my life. Cook out, grill out, but never let's have a barbecue. No.
So you call it a grill.
Right, for sure.
All right.
I was always wondering who says barbecue. Maybe in Florida, I guess. Maybe in New York, or I don't know, but either cook out or grill out. I don't know.
Wow, I'm watching Fox right now, so you know it's not true. But they have
Right.
a picture of the plane in Brazil doing a flat spin. Clearly, it's just coming down in a flat spin as it crashed. I don't know if you heard about that one. 62 people were on a plane in Brazil.
I heard about this, I think yesterday, but I didn't see it.
I just saw the footage. You're watching a big plane in a flat spin, almost like Top Gun, literally. Literally like Top Gun spinning around going down.
And is there a conspiracy of what happened or what?
Don't know. Don't know who's running everything in Brazil.
I went to a party one time in Germany, and the host of the party was a dude from Brazil. And man, I'm telling you, he has the best party. You just anyway, just when I think about Brazil, this dude, his name was His name was Michel, like Michael, but you say in Portuguese it's Michel. Anyway, but like when you walk into his home, motherfucker hugs you and kisses you. That he does it to everyone. It's normal. Like I don't know. Just it's like I think the one time in my life I really met somebody from Brazil. just a memory I'm throwing out there. Like I don't know. They
They know how to have fun.
and dance. Yeah, dance and have fun. Yep.
Yeah.
No different than anyone, Mitchell. I'm not saying, but this guy was special because of he went out of his way to be friendly and loving and it's hard to explain, but you either go to a party to have a good time or you go to a party to have a bad time. And so I like to hang with the people who go to a party to have a good time.
There you go.
Where's money? Get money back up here.
Money's burning one.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, we got the gold over France. Curry and LeBron lead Team USA to gold, 98-87. They better have got us the gold. LeBron out there, come on.
Mm-hmm. You like basketball, Mitchell?
Sure.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. I'd go to the Heat games if it wasn't so expensive. Yeah,
I
they're
don't care
good.
too. I don't care too much about it, but I got a buddy from South Bend, Indiana, who his son now he's in college, but a year ago he was in high school playing against LeBron James Jr. So when he came up here, we got together for while his kid played basketball against LeBron Jr. And honestly, I'm like, I really don't give a fuck about him or your basketball game, but we went out to eat and caught up and whatever. But he's pretty popular, I think. Junior.
It has to be, yeah.
I don't follow basketball very much. But Mitchell, you ever heard of the Florida Everblades or
No,
Chris Cab? Maybe no, never heard of the Florida Everblades, a hockey team.
didn't hear about them.
They're in Fort Myers.
Okay, that's the other coast, so it makes a little sense.
Like in 1999 or 97, maybe. I went to their inaugural. They just built the damn thing. I went to the inaugural home game, and it was awesome. It was actually my first hockey game I ever saw in my life in Florida, of all places. But the Florida Everblades, yeah, and they're still going.
Yep, we got the ice down here.
I never been to a Red Wings game though, and I should. I'm just too far away.
How's Detroit doing right now as a city?
I don't know. That's obviously, I will say not good at all, but I don't live there. I think it's can't get worse, so it's probably getting better. But I will tell you this: um, in downtown Detroit, they have farm machinery
Downtown.
growing crops because there's so much empty land that they're actually growing some crops there. I'm not making that up. Over the last couple decades, it's been so bad that they decided just to like level these blocks and make it like community gardens. And so I actually saw farm equipment making hay in the city. I'm not kidding. So they're trying to make use of what they can right now, and that's like not a good thing. Now when you're trying to bale hay in Detroit, that's probably not a good sign. Shit. So I don't know. I don't know if Detroit's doing so well. A lot of money there. Outside of there's a lot of money there. There is.
Okay, the
That
downtown area where the arenas are, is that looking good?
I don't know.
I got a guy I follow, and he was downtown the other day, and I guess you've got two sports arenas there that take care of everything.
Yep.
And of course, it looked good there because a lot of money gets spent around the arenas. So that's just why I brought it up. He was just down there live the other day, and I was like, "Oh, look at that, downtown Detroit,
I've
football,
been
basketball,
put
base."
it- put it put it this way, Mitchell. I've been in Western Michigan for 15 years and have never been actually to the city of Detroit because no one wants to go there. No one here gives a shit. There's nothing. I mean, you could go see a Lions game or, Pistons game or Tigers, but that would be it. Like no one cares
If
to
you
go
go
to
to a game,
Detroit.
do you get hassled? Does
I
anything
don't
happen
know.
to your car
I
or
have
anything?
never, I have not done that. I don't know.
All right, so there's no chatter about that. Just don't even go.
I think you have a better chance of getting carjacked than you do of, well, I shouldn't even say that, but it's not a mistake or a accident or when after 15 years, no one wants to go to Detroit with me. No one wants to bother going over there. Like, no way. Not even my friends over in Lansing, which is the capital, central Michigan. No one wants to go to Detroit.
Okay, so Detroit needs a lot of help.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people there too. A lot of people. But as long as you make weed legal and keep everyone high, it's okay though. You know what I mean? They just let it ride. It's okay. Well, we'll make weed legal and let's just keep weed legal and everyone happy and not talk about anything or do anything. That's the downfall of making weed legal. Whatever. I'm just saying, like, okay, everyone's supposed to be happy because weed's legal. Didn't solve anything. Didn't make weed any cheaper. Didn't help. I was able to get weed my entire fucking life, no matter where I lived. It doesn't. What's the difference?
Well,
Legal or not?
at least you don't go to jail now. That's the better part.
Word. Fucking right. That is number one. 100%. Get caught with a quarter ounce of weed and go to jail for 3 months. That's fucking stupid. Or get caught with and I know many
Even
friends.
going for that one night is horrible. For a quarter ounce of weed, you're going in for the night. It's like, give me a break. Jail charges, ridiculous.
I've been in just for a few weeks, but that's enough to ruin your life. Anyway,
Yeah.
over stupid shit like that. That's the thing is, okay, so those days are, well, that's a tough one. Because now they're just making the penalties for everything else even more strict. And so it's kind of the same fucking thing. again. But when you're talking about dealing with fentanyl and shit, that's a different deal. You know, I don't give a fuck. You can't kill yourself on weed,
Right.
but you can on fentanyl in a minute. I have two very close people to me that died of, well, either heroin or heroin with fentanyl in it. And in a situation where they probably recorded it as a, well, I don't never looked at the autopsy or the whatever, but they'll say it was a overdose or a what am I trying to say? Well, they include it in an accidental overdose where it wasn't really. It was poisoning because they took too much and they didn't know that it was too much. Now, you want to really fucking set me off? Talk about fentanyl and heroin and how it fucking like ruined just two close people to me, and it was no it was somebody, it was people hooked on heroin, but when they died they didn't want to die. In one circumstance, I believe the boyfriend fucking gave her too much, and then the other one, he did just either bad heroin or too much of it. But now it's been a few years, but that's why I say make all drugs legal. People don't want to hear that shit, but I've said that my entire lifetime, and rarely do I get anyone to agree with me, but make it all legal. Fuck it. Control it. Whatever you got to do. But maybe 70,000 or 80,000 or whatever the number is. I know it's 250,000 since Biden is in there, but okay, let's not get in the numbers. But that's, you know, you make it legal and maybe safe. Fuck it. In San Francisco, if they want to hand out fucking needles and clean needle kits, well, then hand out clean heroin with it. What's the fucking problem? Handing out clean needles isn't solving the problem. See, that's where that's the conversation I like, is in the deep reasons for what's going on and how to solve them. And my solution, make all drugs legal. No, sounds impossible, but like, I think my solution is better than what we got. That's just, I've always said that. I've always said it.
Yeah. Definitely could take half of them and make them legal.
You can do Mitchell, you can do heroin for an entire lifetime with no side effects, no problems, less side effects than nicotine, less side effects than alcohol. Heroin is nothing wrong with it. It's when you do it too much or dirty. There ain't nothing wrong with heroin. You can do it your whole lifetime safely in the right amount. Period. And even you or no one's going to agree with me, but, well, some people do, but that's my opinion. Make it legal. People are going to fucking do it whether you want them to do it or not. It doesn't matter what the laws are. You can fucking execute people for doing heroin. Okay, well, what's better? Shoot you for doing heroin or let you do heroin and then you kill yourself on your own? I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. Make it legal and safer. It sounds dumb, right? It sounds really dumb.
It sounds
But-
absurd.
Okay, thanks,
Why
Christine.
is it absurd?
You're welcome. It
Okay,
is
love you.
absolutely absurd.
Love you anyway. But now you're
I
raining
love
on
you
my.
too. But I have a question. Have you ever actually seen and dealt with heroin users
Absolutely. Oh my
Okay,
God!
on a
Since high
okay.
school.
on a regular basis?
Over and over, not a regular basis like in the last year. No, but
Okay. So in the last 10 years,
yeah.
how many heroin users have you seen overdose?
Of the one person that I know, no, I'll say 3 people. One of the 3 people is dead.
Okay.
So that's just, and then my buddy's younger brother died about 10 years ago of it. So I don't spend time around heroin users, no, but I do. I mean, like I have.
So here's my question. The healthcare. We're going to go back to the needle exchange. Have you ever seen a heroin user with an abscess that turns septic into their bloodstream and they die? I myself feel.
No,
Okay.
no way. Mm-mm.
Well, I have. Have you ever been to a place where I'm going to give you my personal, not my work, my personal. We went to Key West. It was off season because during the summer, us Floridians don't vacation. Just saying, we just don't do it. So we went to Key West on an off season, and Key West stays warm, so a lot of people from out of the states or up North Florida migrate down to Key West because it's normally warm all the time down there. So I had my son probably about 12 and my granddaughter probably about 5 and my cousin's daughter probably about 7 at the time. We're walking on the beach and we had to leave the beach. We had to leave the beach because of the dirty needles on the beach. If you have a needle exchange or you have a place, what they call their safe houses, you have a place that have needles, people can bring their own heroin in, shoot it up if they choose to, they give them the clean supplies, they leave the dirty supplies, and they leave. Or, and there's a bed if they need a bed for that initial high, or if they don't want to do it there, if they bring in 10 needles, they will go out with 10 needles. So I'm not for drugs that A are addicting, B that can cause other problems other than just a high, C if people don't have money to buy these things, then they're going to steal money to buy these things. So
Okay, so Christine, come on. What's your point? Are you arguing with me or supporting me?
I'm not supporting you because you don't think we should have safe needle sites or needle exchanges. And you see
Are you kidding me? I just got the saying, make it legal. Give it to them fucking free. Doesn't matter.
But so are we going to make murder legal? Are we going to? I mean, if you start doing one thing like that legal, then you might as well not have any laws or rules in a country.
Right. So don't make weed legal either, because that's a gateway drug, right?
Okay. Oh no, it's not. I've never believed weed is a gateway drug.
Should we keep alcohol legal?
No, I hate alcohol. I'll be honest with you. I would rather I would rather see somebody sit there and smoke a whole pound of weed than drink 1 pack, because violence, domestic violence, car crashes, so many things happen with alcohol. And you very rarely see somebody dying of alcohol that are ingesting it. It's always someone else.
I agree with you.
And no,
Right.
I do not believe weed is a legal drug. It is can be what they call a natural herb, which it is a natural herb until the government is going to get more involved. But it's not only to feel that high. I have seen it work with people for depression, for anxiety, for pain. My husband has weed for pain. He got off his morphine, he got off his Oxycontin, got off his oxycodone, got off his Lyrica, got off all these hard drugs at 60 years old and started doing weed because his pain, like, just poof, gone.
All right. So you support weed.
100% I do.
I have to ask, where is his pain?
We were in a car accident and somebody rear-ended us at 65 miles an hour, bounced off us, hit us again. They broke his back and broke his SIs. So he's got 2 rods and 4 cages and plates across his hip.
Okay, so yeah, I got you. Thank you.
But yeah, and it's not something, a pain, oh, I got a migraine, or, oh, pain, my back hurts because I'm old. No, he had some severe stuff. We were lucky he ever walked again. And it's much better than morphine. He was up to morphine 60 milligrams 3 times a day. Oxycodone 30 milligrams 4 times a day. I mean, I kept Narcan and kept having to make sure he was breathing because that's crazy.
And you're really saying, I have to say, you're saying that marijuana eliminates all that
Yes,
pain?
yes. Swear to God, yes.
He smokes it?
He smokes and he's got the gummies. Well, he's got vape. He smokes it and he's got the gummies and some like lozenges. Yes,
Gets rid of all that pain.
all of it. All of
Hey,
it. He
hey,
could before. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm loving
Before
it.
before he started doing the marijuana, he couldn't walk to the driveway and back. And this man used to walk all the time and pull the wagon with my grandchildren, mow the lawn, did all those things. We had to hire somebody to mow the lawn. He couldn't do anything except lay in bed. He went through physical therapy. He went through injections to try to help that. No, I'm a firm believer. I have an aunt that has huge anxiety. My God, you can't even get a car if there's a car next to you. She always has. She hasn't driven in probably 30 years. She'll take a puff or 2 off her weed, or she'll take one of her gummies, and she's a totally different person.
What if your husband could do heroin, but in a safe manner? And and what if it
Okay,
worked better?
this is my problem. I do not feel heroin helps pain. It numbs the brain. I also feel that once you start a little bit of heroin, you like that feeling, you want a little more, and then that's where you OD.
Well,
I
let's
never
say
did.
you're
I
at that
never.
point of life where you have cancer or something, and you decide you'd rather do
Right.
heroin for the last 2 years of your life. I'm just
Um,
bullshitting with you.
I,
I know it's
I,
a bad
I,
drug.
I do not ever think a doctor would approve of that. And I'll be
Well,
honest.
no, a doctor would never. You're right. I'm saying just make it legal for
Well,
somebody who wants to kill
then
himself.
if you're dying of cancer, you want to kill yourself, why don't you just inject twice as much and poof, you're gone?
Well, I could still see my grandchildren stoned out of my mind.
You're not going to be stoned. It's different than stoned.
Okay.
It is.
Okay. Hey, Christine. You know I love you. I do. I do.
Uh-huh.
I
I'm just
always
having a
do.
healthy debate with you. That's all I'm doing. I'm
So
not yelling. I'm not yelling. I'm not screaming. I'm not telling you got to believe my way. I'm just telling you
you
things
didn't
that
call you didn't call me a cunt, so I'm doing pretty good so
well, and
far.
I would never, BC, I would never do that. You know that. But I think healthy debates are good.
Yeah, but you're okay. You're against kind of alcohol, which I can understand that if you compare it to marijuana. But I'm not talking about alcohol is here forever, I think. But these other drugs are no one knows what to do with them. And is it bad to do ecstasy? What if I want to? I've never done it, but I would love to. I want to, but I don't. But why not make that legal? Why not? I'm just getting back to
What would be the
Yeah.
point of ecstasy?
A
This
husband
is
and
my
wife
question.
just want to hang out Friday night and do ecstasy with each other.
right. Maybe fall in love with someone you don't like her, but if you do ecstasy, maybe you see her in a new. I
For
don't
one
know.
night,
People.
there's
No, just like mushrooms, it opens your brain to different
okay.
things.
Let's go back to mushrooms again. Okay, let's go to mushrooms. I'll take you to mushrooms. Um, mushrooms that are grown that have those natural hallucinatics and things like that, I don't have a problem with until they start putting them with other things. They start purposely growing them to make them stronger. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
It's a natural herb. It's a natural root. It's
Well, then you
natural.
have no problem with the mushroom itself.
I do not.
Okay.
Yeah, I
I do
dig
not.
on that too. I only did mushrooms 3 times, and the one time it worked, I overdosed, and I never did it again. So I'm a little bit afraid of them because I don't like that loss of control. But if I knew I could
But
take
you,
something safely, if I knew I
but
could take acid, I would
okay,
take acid tonight.
careful. Do you know that if you microdose mushrooms, you're not going to have that loss of sense. You have to learn to microdose.
Yeah, I know. I have a friend who's experimenting with that right now, and he loves it.
Yeah, yeah, you have to microdose.
He's doing it for depression.
And that's what I was just going to say. Microdosing mushrooms help with depression and anxiety. So I'm not against drugs, but I'm against drugs that I feel that could be harmful not only to the person but to the people around them, and the repercussions of them shooting up, the track marks and the infections and getting into the bloodstream and the abscesses. I had an abscess one time on somebody who was shooting up heroin. Swear to you, it was right at the bend of the arm. Their abscess, a good softball size, came in. The doctor lanced it, and it just worked all the way up to the ceiling. And then they ended up going into the hospital because that abscess, the toxins got into the bloodstream, and within 3 days he was dead anyway. And not so much from heroin, from the abscess, from shooting up the heroin with dirty needles or dirty skin. No, there are some natural herbs I have no problem with, none whatsoever.
But then there's the incarceration issue. Look at all the people in jail.
Oh, don't even take me there. I have
Well, we're
been,
here. We're
I
here.
have, I have a friend that has been in prison for 10 years. 10 years for marijuana, and not even a large amount to sell. It was his own recreational marijuana. And when Kamala came up that she was going, and Biden started to say that they're going to release all the offenders that had just marijuana that are in the prisons and jails, they should all be released. We've been waiting for him. That was his only charge.
How much weed?
I don't know. I know it was only a couple ounces. It was not enough to traffic or sell or anything like that.
But they had to have charged him with trafficking.
Right, 10 years. You
They
can't
charge
get that for.
well, no, he's in there for 17, 18 years. They did charge him with attempted trafficking. They did not charge
Yeah,
him with trafficking.
exactly.
But the only reason they did it because he had more than his, less than an ounce.
Yeah, I know they fucked him.
Mm-hmm. And we've been
Mhm.
waiting. And he's supposed to be getting out. I've heard this for 2 years. It's the paperwork tied up in the courts. It's
Right.
not right. It's not
No,
right.
there's someone's dragging their ass on releasing people really bad.
Sure, sure. Because
Why? Because the jails make
prisons are
money. Because they're making
because
money.
they're private.
Is that in
They
Well,
Florida?
make
even the
the money.
state, even the states the jails get money from the feds.
Yep. Yep.
So both of them are just the same.
So even though I don't do drugs or smoke weed, I think I smoked weed once in my life. I'm not against it, but I have seen good results with like weed and with microdosing mushrooms. I have no problem with it. And I do not believe weed is a gateway drug. Never have, never will. I think they call it gateway, and I think it's more the fact that it's an experimentation. That I did this. Ooh, this is available. I'm going to try this. It's not I got weed and I'm not high enough or anything like this, so I'm going to try something else. It's not like, let's say, for example, you try, the doctor gives you oxycodone. Oxycodone A doesn't last long enough. Oxycodone doesn't do the pain, so let's move you on to morphine. I don't believe it's that type of drug. And Mitch, you are right. I have never seen anybody die of smoking pot. I've never seen anybody kill somebody of smoking pot. Alcohol, other hand. Heroin, other hand. Cocaine, we have a huge problem in the area I live with cocaine in adults. Oh, G-Dup, I can tell you about this ketamine. I have bad migraines, and I will tell you, today's like the first time in 4 days my migraine is tolerable to where I can lift my head up. And my doctor and I have been talking about going in getting ketamine infusions to help with my migraines.
What are these adults doing with cocaine?
When you're funny. When you're
Do
funny.
I?
Hey, OG Mitch, hello.
It's rampant. It is really rampant. Parents are getting it. You can go to one or two of the houses here on any Friday or Saturday night. You got 50 people in there doing the cocaine, and now the kids are getting it and taking it to school. That's a problem. And CBD, the THC gummy things, like kids accidentally get them. It doesn't kill them either, just letting you know.
So, again, how about make heroin legal?
I myself am absolutely against it.
Well, like my next door neighbor. Now it's been, I think, 4 years, but she is 21.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful, beautiful. Her name is Andrea.
Mm-hmm.
And well, the boyfriend never got charged, but whatever. She overdosed. They say she overdosed. So what if she could do heroin safely and not have her boyfriend there shooting her up?
Explain safely, though.
I don't know. I'm
Where's your
asking you.
criteria? Where's your criteria on safely? I'm 112 pounds versus somebody
Safely,
who,
it starts that it doesn't have fentanyl in it and it's clean and measurable.
Right. So you get
First
a
part.
half a gram. You get a half a gram in a syringe. I don't know if you can do heroin other than shooting it. I don't know that. But what if you could just
Snort
get it? You can snort it, okay. But what if you could get it and have
You
fun
can,
with it
you
and
can
not
boost
die
it.
though, and not
You
die.
I, yeah, today you won't die.
What?
Today you won't die. But what about tomorrow and the next day? And it feels good. And oh, let's just try a little bit more. And let's try a little bit more. Or this didn't work, so I'm going to try a little bit more.
No, I'm saying what if the girl Andrea could take her own safe heroin
Red, white, and blue.
and have fun with it instead of her boyfriend shooting her
Okay.
up and dying.
Why didn't why didn't Andrea shoot up herself instead of her boyfriend? Why didn't she do it herself?
Well, I don't know if she did or he did, but I mean,
Okay.
obviously it was too much or it was dirty. I don't, that's getting around my point is that how about offer some free heroin that's good, whatever. Sign your
Okay.
goddamn name on it and take it.
Yeah,
So
And
and a
here's
bunch of guys buying an 8 ball for the weekend shouldn't have to die because they want to do a little cocaine.
they don't
right.
have to die. They've chosen to die because they
No, because
didn't.
it's fentanyl in there now. That's the problem.
And you don't think 10 years ago they did an 8 ball and died too? I'm just asking because they did.
No, honestly, no.
Yeah, they
No.
did. Yeah, they did.
No.
They did.
Mm.
Okay.
We never worried about it and it never hit our circle, is all I'm saying.
Well, your circle isn't the rest of the country, though. I
I
All
said
the
understand.
my
all
circle. Yeah, I'm only saying in my circle.
all the numbers and deaths lately though point to fentanyl being in everything. They're not
No,
talking like overdose from
nope.
heroin or
Nope.
cocaine.
Nope. I want you to show me the statistics that they are actually seeing fentanyl in this stuff. I want you to show me the statistics because I have been reading on this. My brother back in March
I mean,
died
come
of a
on.
fentanyl.
You're not going to deny there's a ton of fentanyl coming over the border.
I'm not
Right.
denying that. I'm not denying that. But what I'm telling you, there's not a large percent dying because it's laced with fentanyl. My brother,
Christine, I don't even have enough printer in my printer to print all the evidence of exactly what you're talking about.
but they should just be, you should just be able to find a percentage. It's not that high, I'm telling you. And I'm going to tell you, my brother back in March died of an overdose. It was fentanyl. And supposedly his little group knew it was fentanyl, including him, but he wanted to see what it was like. Wasn't anything else. It was fentanyl.
Was it blue?
I know I wasn't there.
It's fentanyl, by the way, Christine. You should know this. I'm tired of listening to people. It's fentanyl, not
Well,
not fentanyl.
it
Fentanyl.
depends. It
Yeah,
depends what part of the country.
pronunciation counts.
It depends what part of the country you're from.
Oh.
No, the real pronunciation is fentanyl.
Okay.
But anyway, you're right. We don't know. Like, for example, they keep saying right now, fentanyl is the big thing, right? Coming over the border. They 100,000 a year. And the most realistic number I have is 250,000 since Biden came in and opened the border. That's the only hard number. And I don't know if that's an increase in
So,
percentage or what, but it's a
so why is
lot.
so
It's a
why is
lot.
it almost weekly the Coast Guard off the coast of Florida, and I think Native can tell you this even. It's coming. The Coast Guards are getting it off the coast of Florida. About maybe a month ago, there was a huge package that washed up on the sea on the shoreline. You know what it was? Fentanyl. Washed up. Boom. So
And
coming all directions. It's what I'm trying to say. It's just not coming from the southern border. It's coming from every direction.
I think it's coming from China.
And Florida coast is a perfect place for it. Any East Coast port. Right?
Well, whether it comes in through the Caribbean or South America or the precursors come in, and then I think it gets kind of like distributed through Mexico, or at least it ends up in Mexico. That's the easiest way to get it across the border, and that brings us around again to the border control. Anyway, that fentanyl, they're making a lot of excuses for fentanyl right now. Like acting like fentanyl's the problem, which it's not just the only problem, but
Well, no, I see my opinion and reading things in different cities and states. I think the biggest problem that's coming over the border are the criminals. That's what I see. I mean, the drugs are bad, but I see the criminals. They're actually killing people.
Well, you're not getting any argument on this panel about that.
So
I don't think. I mean that is, but they're also bringing in the fentanyl and stuff.
Well, and they're bringing in kids that they're trafficking too. They're bringing in women. They're trafficking. It's a racket down there with the trafficked people that they are bringing across the board. And that sucks because we have enough issues in the United States of women and children being trafficked, and then we're tenfolding it by what's coming across that border.
Well, President Harris will close the border. Don't worry.
I can't even go there. That was, okay. This is my problem. She flipped so hard. They did this. They opened this. They started allowing all these people to come in, and now we're flipping. What? You're flipping because the American people are tired of what's coming in? Come on. I don't believe her one bit on that. You're not closing no border. And even limiting to 100,000 people a day, in my opinion, is too much. Right?
Come on.
Think about it. No, I can't. I can't sign off on that. And don't get me wrong. People want
it's closed.
to come.
There's no 100,000 a day. It's
lie.
closed.
Oh, yeah, they're lying.
Closed the border.
People come to the United States for better opportunities, and I have no problem with that. At one time, all of our ancestors probably came across the border. Hey, Nick Johnson, how are you, sweetheart? We've all come across the border, but there has to be, and I will tell you, I'm not very firm on closing that border or building that wall. What I would like to see is to have immigration reform. I don't think it should be as long. I don't think it should cost as much as it does to come legally into the United States. And if we controlled that and we can't vet and verify these people coming from other countries, they don't come in. Simple. At least
we don't need immigration reform. It's already there. You know how hard it is for a legitimate person to come on an airplane?
That's what I'm saying. To come into the United States is hard. And the reform meaning we have to have a reform. We have to have an immigration law, bill, whatever you want to call it. I have no problems with that. But the one we utilize is obsolete. It is obsolete.
Here, I'll tell you a story. My neighbor is illegal. Well, no, what's considered DACA right now, okay? So
So somebody born here.
no, no. Well, okay, this is also difficult, but let me just say this. 17 years ago, they came here and they walked across the river. Doesn't know anything. Once they got here, they sent their kids on an airplane to Canada. And once they got here, then they somehow got the kids on an airplane in Toronto and they went and picked up their kids. So, okay. So I'm not totally against illegal immigration because my neighbor is, well, he's legal.
But why do you
Wait,
deviate? It's either all or none.
okay, wait a minute. My
Okay.
point is what was embarrassing for him to even tell me how he got here walking across the river. I mean, he's a real wetback. That's what we used to say.
I know my family was called wetbacks. I grew up with
Right,
them all being called
but
that.
this is now ever since got an he's worked hard, his wife works hard, his kids work. He's technically legal. He's not a citizen, which I know some people who are the same situation, but they actually went through the program and they know the Constitution more than I do to get the actual citizenship. You can't believe it
Right?
takes so
No,
long, but
I can. I've got friends that are now citizens that went through this.
right. So my neighbor didn't, but he's legal. He had to actually drive all the way to Seattle, Washington, the only place in the United States that a legal person can get a driver's license. So he had to go all the way there so he can drive for the company he works for, but there was no other. So all this years he did everything and he went through hell, I guess, but originally he was illegal. So now I have a buddy who,
So is he legal now?
well, he's legal. He's legal.
He's
He's
a
not a
citizen.
citizen, but he's legal.
Okay.
Yeah.
How is he legal? That's my question. How is he legal?
He doesn't speak enough English to explain it to me, but I know that everything that he does, he's in a program where he's got paperwork to become a citizen, but they don't care if he does or not. He's
So he's
just
got like a green card.
He's got a green card plus.
Okay. So here's my question.
I don't think he can get Social Security though.
He's paying into it. He should.
And let me tell you, he's also got more money than me. Those fuckers save every goddamn penny. I know he has more money. I know he has more money than me. I know he does.
Let's say these millions of people that have been coming in and they can't hunt him up for 5, 6, 7 years and they've done the same thing. Is it okay for them too? Is it okay to do what they did because they've just been here this long? So you might as well let them, you might as well give them the paperwork. I'm just asking because there's my problem. You want to deviate from what our immigration is. He broke the law with the immigration to begin with, but because he was able to hide enough, probably in Wisconsin, nobody's looking for you. He's been here long enough. He had to go to another state to get a driver's license because in all the other states, it's not legal. Well, now it is in quite a few, but that's besides the point. But what I'm saying is that if you can duck enough, you can hide enough, you can go under the radar, after your time, you're here. Still didn't do it right. And that's what I'm talking about, the reform. That is exactly what I'm talking about on the immigration reform. Right? If we look before,
So let me just speak for a second.
Mhm.
I agree with that. And the reason that he came and the reason that many of them come in from Mexico or wherever is that they're tired of living under the thumb of the cartel, and no matter what you do, you and I'm so close to this scenario, I have to really just figure out what I'm saying. But
be open-minded.
the reason for him, and I guess for a lot of the immigrants, is to live in Mexico is just dangerous on a daily basis, more than any of us here can even understand. And so, yes, we should let anybody in. We're all immigrants, so let them in. But let's not 18,000 a day, embarrassingly walking across the river. That's ridiculous. That's what we've been fighting against, and now they're just letting it. Oh, walk across the river. It's kind of ridiculous idea when they don't really know who, all these, whatever they say.
Right. And I have no problem with people migrating to the United States for a better life. I really, truly don't.
Right. No one should.
And I don't. But you have to follow the laws. And here's the thing: if you have no law and order, you have no country. If you have no borders, you have no country. Show me another country you can do this in. Tell me. You can't. Because there are borders, and there are borders for purposes. Yes, you might get 9 of those out of those 10 that are hardworking, will end up within 6 months being able to have their own home, will be able to clothe and feed their families. But it just takes that one to screw it up for everybody. It's just like anything here in the United States. One person screws it up for everybody. You go to school, one person can screw it up for everybody. So if you're not following the laws and rules, and let's say you do follow the laws and rules and you screw it up, you don't get deported back. And Mitchell, I don't know if you see this being in Florida, but I do. We have 3 white vans. They're ICE in our area. And you know what they do? They go around. They go around on a daily basis. And if you don't look American, they pull up to you. And if you don't have the right paperwork, you're in the van. You're out of here. I'm just saying. And if we had a new reform, that wouldn't be happening to these people. And you also have to look at resources. And I'm not going to say our homeless, well, it has, but even before we had the Biden administration where all these people, or even Trump allowed these people to come in, just not at huge amounts. Now I forgot what I was saying. Even before they came in, anyway. It's migraine.
You smoking pot, Christine? Or what?
No, I actually took, my doctor actually called in Fioricet before I ended up in the hospital, and then I'm taking Phenergan, and I get migraines. Even on my MRI it has migraine phenomenon, and these migraines get so debilitating. But I haven't had this one in like 5 years, one like this, and I'm telling you, it's taking me out for days and days and days and days. But I don't know. I just think like if we would have had if we get a reform instead of concentrating on allowing these people to come in and now going to round them up and take them out and all this other stuff. If we had some type of reform, I know I was going to tell you, then it wouldn't be this bad. I have a friend who's a nurse. Um, wonderful man, wonderful man. He has been dating this woman from Russia, Ukraine, one of those areas for like 2 years. And she has been trying to come into the United States, even with the green card. They won't give it to her. They will not give it to her. They even got married. It doesn't matter. They won't recognize. And 2 weeks ago, they finally let her come over to the United States. And he said it wasn't only the United States the issue. I think it was Russia she came from. Russia wouldn't release her. It was just crazy, he said. And he can travel. He travels over there all the time. She was here when there was the fighting going on, and she had to go back home because the fighting got so bad that she wanted to be with her family. And but now she's here. They're married. They're a very beautiful couple. I love them to death. Sorry, there was a little personal touch to it, but that shouldn't have been either. I mean, it's not like he just met her and was, she was using him or he was using her to get into the United States. They were truly friends. They were truly in love. But he couldn't bring her over. And he makes good money. She's intelligent, articulate, has a medical degree over there. So it's not like she's coming to the United States to, take things from us. Oh, I know what I was saying. So we had a large homeless population before all these immigrants started coming. And we had human trafficking before all this started happening. And people say, well, I don't want the immigrants here because we have our own homeless. We had our own homeless before. But why are we, and you can't tell me these people are coming here and they're not being supported by the United States tax dollars. There is no way anybody is going to tell me that. Why open these borders and let anybody and everybody come in, use the money and the resources to try to, catch them as they come and get border patrol and all that? Why
They
can't
are voters. They're
They're
voters.
trying to change the population of the
Minnesota
country.
gives out a driver's license. They
yes,
can
so,
vote.
so do several,
Those are
and
vote.
they
Those
can
are voters.
only vote state. They cannot vote federal.
Right. You know they're voting. I know they're voting. That's why they're here. I'm done.
You got that right. You got that right, Mitchell.
Well, I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with that. I know they're voting state. I don't think they're voting federal, but again, if we change our reform and laws are put into place and they're abided by, then we wouldn't be up in arms about this.
Well, I'm not sure which way the bill is going, but there's a bill in Congress saying immigrants cannot vote, and I guess one side's against signing it.
Well, yeah,
Pretty
it'll
obvious.
be one that will allow it and one that won't allow it. Now, Fernando, I've never heard of that, but there is, they do get what they call hyperemesis, where people do smoke for long periods of time and too much, and they come into the ERs puking their guts out for days, and we can just monitor them with hydration and try to stop that because there is no antidote to marijuana.
That's true.
Peppercorns
Vitamin-
take down the high.
Well, it's not a matter of the
Serious.
high. It's not a matter of the high anymore. It's a matter of the marijuana affecting part of the brain because it'll affect some, but it won't affect others. Oh my God. I cannot tell you how many we have had come in and they just didn't stop. We'd see them like every 3-4 weeks and they'd be admitted for a couple of days on fluids, trying to get them antiemetics to try to maintain because, you throw up too much, all your sodium, potassium, electrolytes get thrown off and throws you into an arrhythmia. And yeah,
Who are these people you're talking about coming in for what condition?
throwing up that they're just marijuana smokers because we drug test them when they come in for things like that, and it's just marijuana. It's nothing else in their system. It's just some people in marijuana when they're smoking a lot that the chemicals affect the brains. And I can't open up another thing. There's a specific name for it, but yeah, it used to be. Oh my gosh.
All right, so now you're anti-marijuana.
Nope, I did not say I'm anti-marijuana. I was
Well,
just
you're
no, I was just hearing as the years go on, you will hear people dying from marijuana due to potency and possibly being laced with something. Yeah, no, I'm not. I am not against marijuana. My son in New York is trying to use marijuana to help him with weight loss. And I said, how does that work? Because normally you get the munchies with marijuana. Just ask it. He said, no, it also will have the opposite effect. I'm like, okay. I think indica, you do, sativa, you don't. I don't know.
Christine, I think you ought to get high as a motherfucker tonight. I mean, get your husband to get you some shit and put it in a bong
I
and
have,
really.
I have access. Shit, I am a caregiver. I can go buy it all day long if I want to.
I know, but you say I never smoked it. I don't smoke it.
I
I don't
have
like it.
Say, I have a
Yeah, yeah.
license. I have a license to protect.
So you just don't want to say if you did or didn't ever?
No, I have it because I could be tox screened at any time. Why would it be worth my license?
Okay,
That's my livelihood.
that's an intelligent reason. Thank you. That's good.
That's that's my livelihood, honey.
That's good enough for me. Just like a truck driver or a bus driver or whatever people. Okay, so all right.
And let's say I happen to do it and the remnants are still in my body and I'm still a little slow the next day at work and I don't react fast enough to somebody who needs me on my toes.
But
Yeah.
I have an aunt who is a retired RN and she smoked the shit her whole goddamn life and never was tested or no one ever. I don't know.
Well, I have nurse friends that I work with that smoke it and they keep like this fake urine with them.
Yeah, maybe.
But they're starting to do mouth swabs. And I'll show you. Wait, hold on. And this is the thing. Next time I go to work, I'm going to show you something. Hold on.
Well, that's why I'm saying make it all legal because I have my personal family doctor when I was growing up. By the time I got out of high school, he was arrested and went to fucking prison for dealing coke. And so he was doing coke the whole time I knew him when I was young. And so everyone's doing it. So why not make it legal?
Hey, B-Say, do you see this?
Well, let me get my glasses first.
Let me take it out of the pack.
Yeah, I can see.
Hold on. See this?
Okay, you got to do a piss test tonight or what?
Next time I go to work, I gotta bring these in the morning I come in.
So what happens if you piss dirty? If they ever would test you and you piss dirty, what would happen to you?
If I
Nothing.
do, no, I'd lose my job. And the Board of Nursing could get involved and sanction my license.
Not for a first offense.
Yes, they can. And the thing is, I'm not even doing direct patient care. I'm in the office, but I still got to do this. They randomly gave last week, because I don't work every day because, well, now I'm getting ready to because it's the end of summer. They just randomly gave 50 of them out, and I just happened to be one of the random ones. And I said, I'll do it right now. I don't have a problem with it.
Well, that's a good feeling when you can do that.
Yeah, I can do it right now. I don't have a problem with it. No, just bring it in when you come. Okay. I'm just saying. I mean, yeah, and I kind of see like somebody like a nurse, doctor, because, and I guess it depends what kind, but I'm just not sure. And I can't say I am sure because I don't do it. I can see where it might delay some reaction time on somebody that you don't have time to delay reaction time.
Yeah, I'm not saying you should go into work high. I'm just saying like you should be able to get high when you get home.
Well, but is it still in your system the next day? And you know as well as I do, well, you may not know, if you are a daily user, it can be in your system for 30 days.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Okay.
It's in your fat cells. It doesn't mean you're high.
I understand that, but it's in your system if they piss test you.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And the other one was a cup to pee in. The other one was a swab. So now they're doing piss and swab.
What are they swabbing?
Inside of my mouth to see if
Mitchell.
No, I have no idea what a swab test would be.
yeah, it's got like a little scraper on it, and you scrape the inside of your cheek to get the
Okay,
cells.
they want your cheek cells.
Right, they want the cells.
Okay,
See that?
I got that.
And like I said, there was about 50 of us that just randomly got them.
Because I got a potion to get, that in an hour your pee is fine, but you're on your own when it comes to cheek cells.
Yeah,
Right,
I know it too.
I think that's why they're doing that. And the thing is, I will tell you, the majority of people I know that got these, none of us are hot smokers or drug users. So I just wonder if they specifically, instead of randomly, they specifically pick the people that weren't doing it. You know what I mean?
I went here. Let me tell you a quick story that I just came into my mind. It's a great story. And then we'll get back to it. But I was in Minneapolis visiting my cousin once, and I had a piss test coming up. And she says, "Oh, I know what you need to take. And it's something called Zydot, Zydot. And you drink the bottle, fill it up with water, drink one more bottle of water, and then after 3 hours, you're safe for like up to 7 hours. Like you got to clean." And so anyway, so I'm at this shop buying this stuff, and the lady gave me shit because I bought a bowl, like a glass bowl, a nice smoking bowl, and the Zydot. And she goes, "Why are you buying?" And this woman, I don't know what her problem was, but she's like, "Why are you buying a bowl and the Zydot?" And I'm like, "Well, as if it's your business. I got a piss test coming." "Well, but then you're buying a bowl." And so this girl was up my ass, man. And I don't know why, but I'm like explaining myself. And she's like, "Well, why would you come in here and buy this? It's a cleaner, a urine cleaner and a bull. Makes no sense. Do one or the other, or just quit. She was giving me hell. I just went in there to buy the shit and shit. Anyway, getting around urine tests. Yeah, but you can't get around a cheek swab. She made me feel bad for fucking buying this urine cleaner. It's like she was my grandmother, but she was younger than me. Yelling at me. Anybody there? Everybody's quiet?
Oh, I'm here. Did you not
Oh.
hear me?
No, now I can.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. So I don't know. I have no problem. But then again, when I say I have no problem with weed, I still have to think, or there's some professions that should not.
And Christine, weed works for relieving your husband's pain, right? It
Oh my
works.
God. You can't. He's a totally different person. I mean, when this first started happening and everything, we couldn't take the RV out. We couldn't go do anything. We were pretty much stuck at home so he could lay down and take his drugs. And after he started doing that, we were able to actually get back in the RV and go do things.
Right, but
We were
but
actually able to go walk the beach again. We were actually able to go act like tourists in the town.
but as well as it works for him, you're not like jonesing for it. Like, oh my God, give me that for a minute.
No, I guess it. I mean, trust me. The past couple of days, I thought maybe that'll work for my migraine because I really don't want to go to the ER because, like, I get infusions. I do one infusion myself at home, and then I do 2 infusions at the infusion center every week. And the last 2 times they tried to get an IV in, and one took 5 times and one took 7 times. And the last thing in the world I want to do is be dehydrated, be cold, be sick, go to the ER, and let them poke me 10 times, put an IV in.
What's that movie? That Stephen King book that they made into a movie with what's her face that had her husband chained in his bed. What was that movie?
What, Liz Claiborne? No, I don't know.
Mitchell, help
I'm
me
not a
out.
movie person.
Mitchell, help me out. Mitchell fell asleep.
Mitchell, it's kind of early to be falling asleep. Not 2 a.m. Misery. Isn't that Liz Claiborne?
Misery.
Well,
Right.
isn't that? And she'd hit the bottom of his feet.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Christine, tell me and be honest. Do you have your husband chained in a bed in the basement of your house?
No, but I have him an oxygen tube, and he can only go 25 feet.
Okay.
Does that count? I did get him a portable one, so we're okay. One that he can now take his walks, or we can go somewhere, and if he needs it, it's there. No, for a while it was 25 feet only, baby, to your room.
But you do let him out once in a while, right? Or
Yeah, that's why I bought the portable one so he can go out once in a while. Instead of only 25 feet around the room or to the bathroom. You like that? That's funny, huh? But it's only
well,
25 feet tubing.
I just want to know that he's okay.
We're all dying.
And I want some of his gummies.
You do you? Oh, you're too funny. Hold on.
I never, actually, it's legal here. I go down the street about 2 blocks and buy gummies, and I've never bought one ever in my life.
He likes, I'll be honest, he likes the gummies better than the vaping.
Yeah, vaping is ridiculous.
Yeah,
Who
he
knows
likes the
what they
gummies
have
much
in there?
better.
What are you really vaping in?
Yeah, he likes. And they got all different kinds of flavor. Here, what flavor is this? Oh, he's got tincture drops too. Hold on. These are tincture drops. They're like
But
little
you
lozenges.
don't buy RSO black liquid, the thick gooey stuff.
No, he does sometimes, but that is somewhere else because I have children that smoke pot. But these are like little lozenges. Yeah. Let's see what this is. And like this one, it's called blue raspberry, and it's an indica. Open it
Yummy.
if I can get it open. Oh shit. Okay. So hold on.
BC, I just took you guys to Publix without telling you, but I actually saw the lard there when I went to look for it. Clear as day.
The what?
Lard. Lard.
Oh,
Here's
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
here's
yeah,
the
it was
little
there.
It's
here's the
good for
little gummies.
Right
good for
next to the
burgers.
cooking oil.
See the little gummies?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We got all kinds
Sharing
of
is
them.
caring.
We got all kinds of them.
Sharing is caring.
But in Florida, you can only have not recreational. You can only have medical. See, this is how paranoid I get. I touched one, so now I had to wash my hands. So it did absorb into my skin.
What, THC?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You get tested. Yeah.
Oh, I got a test when I go back to work Monday. Hello.
Yeah.
See, I'm a little good girl. Deb, how are you? So yeah, I'm a firm believer that I've seen it work on anxiety. I've seen it work on pain. I'm hoping in November that it does pass. I'm not sure if it's going to cost more or not cost more if it does pass. And to be honest, we'll probably still go to the dispensary because at least hopefully I know what I'm getting versus something laced. Because my son keeps saying, "Oh, I can get you some, Mom." Yeah, no, you're not. I'll get it, Mom. No, you're not. Don't worry about renewing Dad's card. I'll get it. No, you won't. Right?
Right.
And I have another son. I have two other sons. I have four sons, but one is a truck driver, so he can't touch it. Otherwise, if he gets tested, he's screwed. I have one that is medical. He can't touch it. And then I have one who's IT security at a large hospital system in New York, and he can't touch it. But then I got this. Then I got this one son who is just carefree and God only knows what, and he carries fake pee in his pocket. Right?
What does he do? Say it again.
Carries fake pee in his pocket. You can buy fake pee.
Oh.
I know,
But
crazy shit.
but the room, it's not at body temperature is the problem.
Right.
But
You
no,
got to
no,
have
no,
a
I get
temperature.
tested, and there's a
no,
thermometer right there on the thingy.
no, no, no. They
You
like
got to keep it
mine,
on. You got to keep it under your balls so it stays temperature.
but like
Right.
mine, but mine, for example, I have to bring mine in with me so I can do it at home and take it to them. You can't tell
Wait,
me it's going to
what?
be.
Wait, say that
Why?
again. Say
Why?
Oh
that
yeah.
again. You get
Hold
to
Oh
do it
on.
at home and bring it
Hold
in?
on.
yeah.
That's why I have it
That's
at home.
funny. That's funny.
That's why
Okay. So
that's
Christine now is like a flight attendant for Pablo Escobar. That's what we're talking about now.
yeah. I'm one that well they handed it to all of us. They told us then the next shift you come in, bring it in with you.
I
We're
didn't
all
know.
looking at
I
one
didn't
another like,
know.
what? I know. Isn't that the weirdest thing? Why do you think I have it at home? Did you not recognize that it's at home that they gave it to me to go do? Who does that?
Now we know Christine is deep undercover. That's awesome, Christine. Now I really love you.
I just find it hilarious that they handed us the cup and told us next time.
How is Christine? How is it that you get tested all the time, but your doctors don't?
Oh, my doctors
They
do.
don't. They don't. They fucking do. They smoke weed and do cocaine all the time and don't get
My
tested.
my doctors do get tested.
Mm,
No, I
maybe.
promise you. But they don't test that often. Well, I shouldn't say that. They don't test the average person that often, but they do. They seem to test a few more frequently, but we kind of understand why because of their behaviors.
Yeah, right. They'll test you if they want to.
Oh yeah, we are. They can test at any given time we want. They want anytime, and if you decline it, you're gone. Termination. And then they turn it into the board of nursing. The board of nursing then reviews it and they put you in a program. And then after you finish the program, you can go back to work, but you can't work near certain types of drugs, certain types of floors, and you got to test randomly whenever they say. It's just crazy. See, people were talking about these cops and how they go from department to department and dirty cops when they get in trouble. They could solve a lot of problems that if they'd have to get licensed like mine. Because my license is followed through the entire United States. If I go to another state and want to get a nursing license for that state, they look, and not only that, it's public information. It is public information. You can look up my license and see if there has been any disciplinary actions from the Board of Nursing or any complaints that were valid. It's all on there. Every state does that. All on there. How do you think I figured out Josephine hasn't had a license for anything in over 20 years? Just saying. When she says she's an aide, first nurse, whatever. No, you can check that out. And I did. 20 years they couldn't find anything for. She might have had it 25 years ago. I don't know.
Anyone see what Alex got kicked off for? Exactly.
Well, I just found out about that this morning. I heard two different things. One, he was doxing. Two, he kept telling everybody they're getting the hammer next. So I don't know which is the truth.
But he goes after everybody all the time. So.
Well, and that's what I thought. So but why would he be doxing? How could he be doxing everybody? Who is he doxing? I didn't see that. I need my beauty sleep at midnight. I know there's been a few times I've been up all night, but I normally am done right around midnight because I need my beauty sleep. Not getting any younger. Nutrition, rest, and hydration are important, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, which one is it? Do you know? Were you there that night?
1 second.
What you eating? Not lard, I hope. I love cooking with lard.
London broil.
Oh, I love London broils if you grill them just right or put them in the broiler in the oven just right.
Okay. I don't know. I was there. I was up on the panel. He was in the chat, and all of a sudden he comes up on panel saying, "I'm getting kicked off. I wish you guys luck." And I'm like, "Well, okay." That everybody on panel was pretty much in shock. You know, they didn't know what was going on. So I guess it was something going on in the chat.
Hmm. Well, you
Yeah,
know,
in the
I
chat,
like.
in the chat with Zay Zay and McQueen.
I like Zay. Well, you know, and I love Eli, and it's his channel. He can do as he please, and I know that free speech, but sometimes free speech goes too far, and somebody's got to take control. Just my opinion. Um, and I don't. I think that he should have been removed long ago. I think that he is arrogant and
The last time I heard from McQueen, he was making fun of GGA getting arrested and saying he says all you A1 auditors ought to be in jail. He was going off about like all A1. Like what are you
I
talking
know.
about?
That's what I blasted him about just that
Yeah.
hour when he came up at me.
And
I thought,
he doesn't.
yeah, you want
He
to
doesn't.
run? Okay, you know, you're telling us all we're shit.
And he doesn't realize there are so many dirty cops out there that do not know our constitutional rights. I love our 1A auditors. I love them. I mean, they are sticking up for us and risking their necks for an arrest. So it's brought to us and opens our eyes.
Right, fucking right. That's what I love about all of it.
Yeah, I do. And not only that, if we're not seeing it, at least we're bringing to the attention to these freaking popos. We're not taking anymore. Now, I will share with you, on the other hand, there is a specific person, in my opinion, if she was in Florida doing what she was doing, she would have been arrested. But going directly to harass a cop that has nothing to do with her, no rights that she is aware of violated, needs to stop. I'm so over it. That's different. Yeah, Cuckoo Bird. Yeah, her.
Yeah, that's a joke. That stuff's ridiculous.
Well, she deserves to be arrested and never let out. Let her come to Florida and try that. You know, they would arrest her.
Mm-hmm.
She's not questioning if you're breaking somebody's rights. She's not standing in the back videotaping, and if they see something truly wrong against what our laws are, speaking up. There's a difference. And like JGA, when he got arrested, that was bullshit. That was 100% bullshit. He did nothing wrong. The cop knew probably who he was and wanted him. Right?
Who, the neighbor?
No, GGA when he got arrested.
Oh, yeah. He grabbed him so fast you couldn't even see. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was the same thing when Eli got arrested that night for what? What was it? Interference, whatever it was.
Yanko's he'll arrest Eli just for standing.
Same way. That's bullshit. They don't have a right to do that.
No.
You know, every arrest that I have seen for Eli is bullshit. Almost every arrest I have seen for 1A auditors that I've been watching are bullshit.
Pretty much true. The auditors know more of the law than the cops.
Well, and that's the key. They know the laws, and they're speaking up for every American. Unlike Cuckoo Bird just wants to harass, in my opinion. She had
Yeah.
one today. Cop came over and asked her. She went to the grocery store. Came over and asked her if she needed help. She says no. But she didn't get out of her car and go into the store. She stood there, in my opinion, challenging them, taking pictures of them. She doesn't live in that big of an area. They all know her. And when she says they all sit outside, she lives in a freaking drug flop house.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, if I had a drug flop house by me, I'd want the cops out there too.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I heard she called me donkey last night and I wasn't even on panel, anywhere near panel. I wasn't even in the chat. I wasn't anywhere sleeping.
Yeah, her and Jenny try to have a love fest. That's kind of funny.
Those are two people. You know, Bruno, sometimes I have to step down. I can't do the alcohol. And maybe I can't do the alcohol because I was severely abused by an alcoholic person. I mean, physically, emotionally, bad. I can
I'm sorry
have,
to hear that.
yeah, it is what it is, but you know, it happened. But may he rest in hell. But anyway, you know, I can do the drinking and fun and things like that, but when you start getting belligerent and things, I can't do it. I can't handle it. I just can't. And that to me tells somebody that they can't handle their alcohol. And I like Bruno when he doesn't get overly intoxicated. And I'm sorry, I am not a CUNT. Sorry, I know I shouldn't be talking about anybody, but you know something?
That's
I'm
fine.
not
Did
saying
you catch my update that they put Tulsi Gabbard on the terror watch list, TSA?
why.
I'm serious. She's blowing up Fox News. Well,
Why?
obviously, 2 weeks ago she was put on the watch list.
Why?
Why would you put Tulsi Gabbard on the TSA watch list? There's no reason.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Except Kamala doesn't like you.
Yep, demonizer.
So yeah, she's getting back at her because she's on the watch list. And she's saying it's crazy. They send sky marshals up to watch her. It's like, you got to be kidding. This is what you did when you got a little bit of power. I mean, I have to say it that way because she's on the watch list. You know, she only knows how to fly an F-15 plane. I had to throw that in just so you can catch that because it's interesting news.
I love her. I would vote for her for president fucking today.
Tulsi.
Goddamn right, Tulsi. She's a patriot.
Patriotic. She is not a patriot. She is patriotic.
You imagine they take her into a room and make her strip down or do some shit like that? That's too much.
Chocolate underwater network train. What are you talking about? Where did I miss something? We're doing chocolate underwater.
Mitchell, if I was in China and had Tulsi Gabbard as a prisoner, I would make her take her clothes off. I would. I totally would.
Oh my gosh. Pervert.
And I'd say, okay, let her go. That's enough. Okay, she's all good.
There's more to her than her body.
I know. Well, number one, I know that. If you ever saw my Facebook page, you go back 3 years ago, and she was my hero 3 years ago. So I love her. I do. She's very smart. so
Oh yeah,
smart. That's
she's
why
very
people don't
smart.
like her.
She's
She's
very
smart.
smart.
She's smarter than the average bear.
Yes. Yeah, maybe the next stage of the next president will do something with her, put her in a cabinet or something. She's too good to lose.
She should be. I don't know if she would run as a Democrat. She would love to run as a Democrat, but she can't. And she can't run as a Republican either because she's got so much, I don't know, so many people don't know her or care about her. She's in a tough spot, but she could be a president. She really could.
Yeah, if she had the money, she could run in 28.
What I'm saying is if she did, I would vote for her.
So
I
what?
would.
Step right up and wave flags for Tulsi.
I would. And even above Biden or Kamala or Trump, I would totally 100% support her downtown waving a flag. I would. That's how I feel about her. And it's not that she's beautiful, it's that she's smart as fuck.
And she can fly a plane.
Well, you realize that's part of the problem.
Yeah, she's too
They can't
smart.
they can't handle intelligent women. That
Well, no, she
gorgeous.
overshadows some of the most of the individual. They can handle
Right.
her, but she overshadows them.
Right. But and this is what Trump wants all of us. Never mind. I'm just gonna shut up.
Are you whispering?
Yeah, I'm
You're
talking to
breaking up.
myself. Pay no
You're breaking
attention.
up.
Yeah, I know. They're saying People's Podcast is on now.
Oh my God! Thank you, Eli. Thank you, TPP.
Why are you bored? Are you bored with us?
Nah, it's so hard to do from a phone.
Oh.
I hear
I'm trying to
you.
put mine to everybody in the chat, and if anybody pulls up,
Okay, everybody, let's go over. Are you okay with that money? Because I'd
All
rather
right,
stay
thanks,
here.
money.
nah. I mean, I know TPP is the original. If it wasn't for Eli, I wouldn't even know how to do
No,
this.
but I
Gotta
love
go
coming
for
to
him
these
too long.
smaller channels too, Money. You know, he's no more important than you are.
Nah, I feel
Right.
you.
And that's why he wanted everybody, to share their streams and share what you do so that we can support you too.
That's a fact. Yeah, definitely
Right.
thick. This is going on almost 3.5 hours.
Oh, well, I think it's been a good conversation with everybody, don't you?
No, it definitely has.
Well, I appreciate you having us.
Just
Oh,
having
wait
to
a minute.
hold the phone, my phone's
Native
barely
saying it's
charging.
not live. Hold on. Hold on a second. I'll tell you. Let me mute myself.
I didn't get a
Barbara said it's
notification either.
on.
I usually believe Barbara.
Yeah, money. Thanks for having the panel anyway. I mean, you're kind of like sitting in the background. I hope that's okay with you, but like I was like waiting for you too.
Nah, it's cool. I was just listening to y'all.
Barbara,
Enjoying
I
your
don't
time.
see him live. Oh, it's not on. Okay.
Oh, Barbara, light me up.
Well, I'm so confused.
false
People's
alarm.
podcast is on. It's not on. Don't be confusing me.
Hey, money. Was it your Did you get a new battery or charge your battery? What's up?
My phone feels like it's about to light on fire right now. It's been plugged in all day, and it's at 30%.
I'm talking about your scooter. You know.
Oh, the scooter? I stopped riding it. Yo, the cops keep messing with me, and I'm not trying to get arrested.
Yeah.
They chase me every time I ride it because I don't have a plate on it.
Do you need a plate on it?
Yeah, the gas ones you do.
Even if it's under a certain cc?
Mine is a 150.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you need a plate.
You got Untrackable in the building. He backstage.
What's up?
Yo, Dre.
Man, Track.
Good to see everybody.
How's your vacation? Are you back now?
Yeah. Just got back this morning,
A
and
lot of rain, huh?
then we went to a graduation party, and now my wife wants to join the club that everybody else is part of,
What
and it's
club?
like, oh,
What club?
it it's a lodge club. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Those are fun though, and it gives her something to do of herself. And a lot of the women get together on the lodge clubs.
Yeah, and my daughter's progressing in her swimming. Like she spent the entire week in the lake. She
Good for
dove
her.
head first for the full for she dove head first for the first time, and then we go to this big pool party, and she's just out there. She's growing every second of every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't stay a little long. You have to enjoy them while they're little. Give them every opportunity to spend.
Hey, Christine, you ever heard of the Moose Lodge?
Yes, I have.
Hey, Untrackable, good to see you, buddy. I haven't talked to you in for like ever.
Katrina belongs to one of those clubs, and she has a ball.
Okay, so I'm a member. I'm a Moose member for
Mhm.
15 years, and it's down the street from me. And it's kind of cool because they're like all over the country,
Yeah.
mostly in the Midwest. But the main mission of the Moose Lodge is a orphanage in Minnesota. So that's why I was hoping you kind of knew about this.
Mhm. Mhm.
It all supports an orphanage, and they raise kids from 0 to 18 years old there. And what's cool about my local Moose Lodge, and I haven't even been there in like 2 years. I mean, I don't know. But anyway, what's cool about my Moose Lodge is 365 days a year at 8 p.m. They shut off the music. Everyone in the whole place faces the American flag and a picture of a portrait of a little baby boy. And somewhere this portrait came from the Moose Lodge. But anyway, everyone in the place every day says a prayer for like 30 seconds and then turns around and grabs their drink and goes for it. But that's what I like about it is it's just I don't know what it is. It's a Moose Lodge. It's like
Got a purpose.
it's like a fraternity, or it's like
Yeah.
a
We
private
have
club, but it's kind of cool. In the end,
Mhm.
it's all for this orphanage, and not so much. They are pro-military, but that's not what it's about. It's for these children. So um, I'm not even. I guess I would give a shout out to the Moose Lodge because it's a great organization.
Mhm.
It's a bar. It's a bar, but
Right.
it is organized.
Well, we have what they call here in Florida Rotor Heaver Boys Ranch, and it is supported by our law enforcement and our lodges here, which is great. I mean, sometimes these kids, a lot of them are orphanages. A lot of them, parents have pretty much given up on them, and it's cheaper to raise boys than it is to support them in prison. It's a good program.
Yeah, you got the Shriners. You got all these
Mhm.
little things that are
Oh my God.
they're good for the community. They're good for the community for sure, for sure.
So I have a friend who had a baby and ended up dying by 6 months, but they had to go to one of the Shriners hospitals. And do you know they paid all the transportation, all the fooding, all the food, all the accommodations to live, gave them extra money so that they could be with their child in another state. Shriners do a lot for our children, even though they call them Masons, but they still do a lot for our children. Yeah, see, Katrina gives a lot. And most of these clubs do that.
Is Kamala
Yeah,
a Freemason?
No,
She's not.
no. Trump is.
Uh oh.
What?
well,
They
you got
say that matters. I don't know why.
No, you asked. I said no. Trump is, though.
No, I know. For some reason, they say it matters. I don't know why. I
It
don't know what
kind
a
of does.
well,
Freemason even is.
you got to look at it
Long
like
history.
this too. That is like if you look at the Mason organization, as
Mm-hmm.
far as there are no female Masons.
No.
However, they have a connected entity called the Eastern Stars,
Yep.
and that is a female only organization just as much
Yep.
as the Masons is like a male only organization.
Christine, did you know about that?
Yeah. Why? And I won't go into detail why, but that's okay.
That's the first I've heard of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Need to look up the Freemasonries.
I mean, I don't even know what the first sentence of what a Freemason is, so I wouldn't even know the opposite of what they are. Females.
Well,
Most of my uncles were you can call them Freemasons, but it's a club just like any other, except the Masons
Really?
is like a boys' club, but you gotta accept certain duties to be a
Yeah.
member. So it's not just pay to play. You know, you
Yeah.
actually have to, like, everybody is part of the organization once you're in it. So you have duties based off of your rank rather than like, oh, I'm gonna pay to be part of this lodge so that way I can get cheaper beer and use of the pool. You know what I'm saying?
My
No.
my my
They
bu-
run the
my
world.
my
They run the
hey track. My buddy was his dad was the mayor of my small town. He was a Mason. They had this beautiful new Masonic lodge, and only the uppities were in it. But I guarantee they were not part of a world organization anyway. Like maybe some are, but like the one in my town definitely was not connected to the world leaders. It's impossible,
Well,
right?
you realize you don't have medium class, low class, socioeconomic people that's Freemason.
Hmm,
No.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's kind of almost like
For the
if you
left.
think about like the Catholic Church and how they talk about tithing and that you should give 10% to the organization. They expect your donations and they also expect your time and effort.
Mhm.
That's why I said you have specific duties rather than just like paying to be part of a club. You know what I mean? Like
And
they expect your money. They also expect your sweat equity and your effort and they expect you to thrive to rise because if you're just going to join and be at the bottom forever, it's like, well, why
yeah,
are you part of this organization?
yeah, it's different. And watch Thomas Della Rosso and chat once in a while. He's a good numbers person, and it's always connected to the Masons. Just saying.
It's okay.
Well, I'm not saying,
No,
didn't
I got
say,
you. I got you.
I'm just saying he has a lot of information that he puts in chat nonstop about Freemasons and the numbers and what these numbers add up to. Trust me.
Well, in my small town, I don't know where the hell they got the money to build this building. That's what I'm like.
You're
You
not.
know,
He said you didn't listen to me. It is for the wealth.
right?
I'm just saying it is for the wealth.
But I know, but like the mayor made at this time, the mayor made like $30,000, right? So he wasn't like a elite, and he was a bus driver
You
and
don't
the
know
mayor.
you don't know
So-
what his family history is or what's hidden in his closets.
Well, kinda I do, because I've known him since I was born, but I don't know about the Mason part of it. No.
Hmm. Look it up once in a while.
It is. It's fascinating to me because it's not there for no reason.
I'm just saying, look up the Masons. Hmm.
It's an organization just like any other, and you can have your little small town chapter,
Sure.
and when you need something, um, there's always going to be that connection, and it may not be the leader that's funding it. You know what I mean?
But I guarantee you, even your small towns have huge Masonic temples. Their lodges, their meeting places. Even your small towns.
Yeah, no doubt. And a lot of it, they you look at its size and its beauty, but at the same time you look at the people that are part of that organization, and they get together and
Mm-hmm.
they put in the work. Like if you're a plumber, or an actual like brick mason, all you got to do is spend some of your specialized time, and the donations are going to buy the hardware, the equipment, the actual pieces. But one of the most expensive things when it comes to building is the labor. And if you can bypass that by using the people that are part of the organization, you just bypass labor costs, and they built their own temple. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Exactly, Track. You're right on. You're right on.
There's a long history of the Masons, though.
like in my small town, the Mason building, it's not much bigger than like your average like dentist's office or something like that. It's not like giant, but it's nice and it's all brick. It's all brick, like the best. So out of a tiny town, let's say of 8,000, and you're putting up $1 million building, maybe not a million, but maybe. That money didn't come from 10 or 20 people there. That money came, I don't know where it came from.
From the larger group of Masons.
Right, exactly.
So, anyways, I gotta step down. I've got to get something to eat. This is like the first time in 2 days I feel hungry.
Well, take care of yourself.
Have a
God
good
bless
day.
you.
I'll be listening.
Go eat, Christine. Eat like a pig. Do it.
I'm gonna have some chicken noodle soup.
All right.
I don't want to eat too much. I don't want it coming back up like it has been.
Smoke a
All right.
bowl too, Christine. Come on.
No,
Do it.
I am not. You know better. Bye, guys.
See you, Christine.
Yeah, that type of stuff will always be a good conversation. I've watched documentaries upon documentaries upon documentaries about the Templars and the Masons, and where everything kind of came from with those organizations. And you look at the layouts of how cities are built, and it's the symbols that are created that just make so much sense because they were given to us by nature. Um, it can go. You can go down that rabbit hole, and you'll die before you ever get to the real understanding of it. But it's just so interesting. You know what I mean?
It is interesting. Like I was saying, even in my little Midwestern small town, it's there. It's not like it's, oh, their Masons are just nowhere. No, they're really everywhere. And I don't even know where I live now, where the nearest one is, but like in my little hometown, there's one. So I know they're, I don't know. I never cared. I never cared too much about it, but I do know the significance of it.
And I can say this, like growing up, and you know, word of mouth, and some things they say, like the Masons being close to the KKK and stuff like that. But at the same time, the organization itself, from what I've seen, it is colorless. It is, if you show up and you want to take part in this, there will be expectations, and if you're willing to meet those expectations, nobody really cares what you look like. Now, regionally, yeah, you're gonna have some all white and maybe other organization connected type of people, but like I've witnessed entire regions of just all black Masons. There's like Indian from India Masons. You know, there's Arab Masons. They're everywhere. It's just all about, what do you want to do with your life in connection with this? Like, what do you bring to the table? Is basically, if you want to be part of this organization, what do you bring to the table? Because if you just want a boys club, you know, go someplace else. Is what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I even had my uncle, you know, talking about the racial side of it, because that some people do bring up this question, and he goes, "I'm not racist. I hate everybody equally."
Hmm.
But he was a Mason, and he was pretty big in his tiny little Kentucky town. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, you're the biggest dude in the smallest town ever. Congratulations.
Yeah.
But he's a good
Yeah.
dude.
So what's good, Track? You been all right lately? I haven't like talked to you in like maybe 3 months. I don't know.
I don't know if it's been that long. Just got back from vacation. We went to a lake in Virginia.
Ah.
Uh, Beautiful. Um, that little tropical storm Debbie rained on us for one day, and I still went swimming even when it was raining. So
Yeah. Right
yeah,
on.
it is what it is. But no, man, I'm just enjoying the end of the summer. Got about 2 weeks until the girl starts first grade, so we're excited about that. Her birthday is tomorrow. She's going to be 6.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's pretty good age. That's awesome age.
yeah, man. She's coming up. It seems like every time we go on vacation, she grows a foot, and she gets so much better with the water. And the water is so important to me, that like watching it happen. Like, she went from, I don't want to jump off the ladder, to diving head first. And yeah, that it's some of that shit. It's like, oh, her progression, it brings a tear to my eye, man. And it just takes a week of letting go. No school, no homework, no work for the parents. Everybody's there for you all the time. And then it's just like, hey, jump in the water, jump in the water, jump in the water. And next thing you know, she's like, "Hey, Daddy, look what I can do," and nobody expected it. And she just she put her head down and leaned forward, all on her own. Nobody dared her to do it. Nobody told her to do it. Nobody was like, "Hey, you should try diving." She just did what Daddy does, and man, it was amazing. She's like, "Hey, look at this." Yeah. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. Just enjoying the end of summer, enjoying the week of vacation, and man, I have been waterlogged the entire time. I live in the water when I go on vacation.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah. And I hope you guys are all doing as good as well. Money setting up a channel, doing a
Yeah,
live.
is
I don't see
money is still
Bashad.
there or what?
I'm here. I'm here. I'm just
Yeah,
listening to you.
yeah.
It's all good, man.
I'm stoned right now, smoking a blunt. I might end this shit soon though. If nobody else pull up. It's already almost been 4 hours.
Mhm.
Hey, it's all good, man. It's always good to pull up and say hi. You know what I mean? And when I see you doing your thing, like that's what I want to do. I just want to pull up, say hi, share some smiles, and
I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. I just like to hear everybody's opinion and thoughts. Hear everybody talking. I don't really have an opinion on too much, but I like doing the channel to hear everybody chilling.
yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Well, money, shut it down. Thanks to everybody in the chat too. I see lots of people. I forget about chat, but
Yeah, if you
good,
forgetting
good
about the chat.
track. Good talking to you, man. If you don't know, money, Untrackable is my birthday brother, so I always
Oh
like
yeah,
hearing from you.
I remember that on TPP and they put the birthday up.
hmm So
Yeah,
Untrack, good talking to you, man.
yeah. Always good to see you. Be safe, always. And
Yeah.
I I guess I'm gonna go ahead and dip out. I'm gonna let you guys handle your business. Do what you got to do. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And just share the love, man. That's all we can do.
I might open up another live later tonight. Right now I gotta charge my phone because the StreamYard is not letting my phone charge. So maybe
Yeah,
later I can go
StreamYard.
back up.
Yeah, StreamYard's a battery burner, man.
Yeah, my phone has been plugged in all day and it hasn't passed 30%. The back of my phone is kind of hot right now. So
All right,
give it a
guys.
break, charge the phone.
All right, you guys take care. I'll see you when I see you. Peace.
All right, later, yeah.